I don't remember. I don't know what.
Your ah just sounded so like sexual for a moment. It's like It's like you were enjoying the pain of being stabbed. It's like
Okay.
bandit.
Pierced.
If anyone else heard that from Kian, please clip it.
Hey.
I didn't think you'd see me. I didn't think you'd see me. I didn't think they'd see me. I'm like, you can't see me. I'm hiding under the bench. You can't see me. They saw me.
Take kindly to be left out of the loop, Morley. You hear me?
On my back, that felt really good. Oh god, that fucking felt good for porn. Oh fuck. Ignore cap moaning. No, don't ignore me. Don't ignore my moaning for porn. How dare you? Let's see here. Let's catch back up. Yeah, so I thought I might have thrown out my back this morning. Luckily I didn't for porn. I'm glad I didn't throw out my back for porn. So yes. Let's see. Wow, I got overconfident. Now I'm gonna die. My foolishness. Unless I get fucking lucky on this last strike. Let's see if I get lucky. Let's see if I can get lucky. Come on, give me an angry face. Let's them show the rage! I got fucking lucky! Oh, RNG is in my favor! RNG was in my favor! Oh! This door wasn't unlocked before. Oh, Jesus, fuck! Now I see why that door wasn't open before. All of the characters. What? This is. Oh my god, this fucking recovery. They're at full health again. What the fuck? How are they at full health? How? How are they at full fucking health? What the fuck? Who suggested this game? I'm gonna murder them. Skeletor.
You sure asking them's gonna work after last night? I don't think they'll say yes.
Okay, so they are the pirates. Okay.
I won't be doing any asking. Guys like these take a more resolute approach.
Yeah, it's called punching them as hard as I can in the face. I hate all of this right fucking now. I hate all of it right fucking now. Where did that scream come from? When you think of cake, you think dessert, but something pounded together is also called a cake. That's the case with mochi, as it's rice pounded together. Wait, is that why we call butts cake? Because we pound Is this why we call butts cake? Is this why we call butts cake? Because we pound butts? Hold on. Is this why we call ass cake? Because we pound ass? Is this why we call ass cake? As another example, kamaboko is a fish cake. Fish meat pounded together. This is why we call ass cake. Oh my god. This is how it would happen. This is how. Try gifting a strawberry to me, you know, like a present. I don't wanna. This is my strawberry. Fuck off. This is my strawberry. You know what? If you were further away, then maybe I'd be considerate enough to give you a strawberry. But you're 20 fucking feet away from the goddamn village! Yeah, we can take on the boner. We'll be fine. We don't need Kian. That's a very big boner,
Hey.
though. That's a really big boner, though. I swear to fucking God, if I lose my... I wasn't even fully turned around and he screamed in my fucking ear! God damn it! Oh, motherfucker! Oh, god damn it! I didn't even... And we're officially live now. I almost forgot to do all the promoting stuff on the Discord side of things. Hi, everybody. Ahoy. Welcome to our VTuber Lorecast. That's right. Cosita over there giving me the side eye. Hi, Cosita. You want to introduce yourself? Oh,
Hello.
God. Okay,
That
there we go. I thought I didn't set it up right for a second. I'm like, ah, no! There we go. Okay, should be set up right. Cosita. Cosita. Cosita.
Yeah?
Ah, you're
What is
alive. Hooray. Cosita.
Also, why I look like long,
I don't know. Why do you look long?
right?
Aren't you fit? Aren't you, you're the space marine. You have to be fit and all that, right? That's how that works.
That's not how it works.
What do you mean that's not how that works? You tell me space marines aren't fit?
Well, you have to be, but that's not the point here. But sure, I guess.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, well,
No, but I say hi. I say hi. Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure being here.
yeah, yeah. This is our first episode. This is the first time we're gonna be doing something like this. This is something that I had in mind of doing for quite a bit of time. And then Cosita had their lovely debut not too long ago, and they did so well with asking people questions and stuff. I'm like, Cosita, you want to help me co-host this thing? Because that'll be a lot easier than me doing this by myself. And here we are.
Yeah, it was a challenge then. I had like, oh my god, 80. I don't have the count, but hold on, I can actually make the count here. I still have. Yeah, I still have this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77.
I heard a page flip.
Yeah.
Oh, we're like, wait, there's more? Oh no.
No. That's it.
Well, even still, coming up with 77 questions, that's insane. I wrote up some questions for our guest today, and I think I have at most maybe 4 or 5 questions tops. I think at most. So for you to come up with 77 different questions from your debut, that's really impressive.
Yep.
So
It was quite a challenge, but I was glad that I took it.
yes. Well, this will be somewhat of a challenge for myself as well. I've only ever done one interview process in my entire life. And so this will be a fun new challenge and experience for myself, I guess. Have you had any experience with like interviewing people besides, the 77 questions you had?
No.
No. Okay. See, so we're on uncharted waters now. We're on the uncharted waters of things right now. But yes, we originally did have 3 guests lined up for today. Unfortunately, one of our guests did have to drop out. Hopefully, they will have a speedy recovery as they had pulled a muscle in their bunniness. Cosita, you have experience with bunnies. What muscles do bunnies have?
Maybe you can ask there in heavens if you're still going that way, Captain.
Fair enough. Well, uh, since this is the first episode, I figured probably the easiest thing to do was, just kind of introduce ourselves and talk a little bit more about ourselves and all this fun stuff. Uh, so, for those that don't know me, I'm Captain Ampis. I am a pirate of the sea that has traveled to many different worlds, and through my travels in many worlds, I've met many of different people. And the funny thing is everyone has lore to their worlds. They have all this backstory to their characters and who they are as people. But I've never noticed there's never been actual record keeping of this. So I figured this would be a good opportunity to, record people's stories and life choices and things of that nature. And Cosita here, also a space traveling to different worlds. You want to go ahead and talk a little bit about yourself too?
Of course. Well, like Captain said, we just go through space and, well, according to the sci-fi technology, right? You can go through different universes, different galaxies, different kind of people, different kind of planets, environments, all that kind of stuff, and it gets you to wonder how many different people we have this in just in this little world that we have right now. So it is only fair that we can share a little bit of a little portion of it with everyone else, which
Indeed.
is what we're doing, isn't it?
That's the plan. That is the goal. So, you travel through different wormholes. I also travel through different wormholes, but yours seem more natural. I got mine from beans. If you had,
Well, I wouldn't say mine are very pleasant, but yes, it is a challenge.
well, what? Okay, so what? Yeah, what's your experience through traveling through wormholes? Like, how does that work for you? Because for me, it seems a little scary because like I have to throw the bean into like water for the most part, and it creates a whirlpool. And yeah, it was scary at first, but surprisingly, just had to hold your breath for like a minute or so, and then you're fine. What's it like traveling through wormholes in space?
Well, a wormhole could close in any moment. A
Hmm.
wormhole could eventually kill you, and it is very whimsical, if you want to say it like. Just like any other extreme force of space, you can't mess with it. Otherwise, yeah, you'll be rushed in a not even in not even in life, but like time too, right? Because a
Mhm.
wormhole connects spaces and time. So technically, you'll be alive if you die, but you'll also be dead. But you'll also be alive because you'll be in a time where you're still alive, and also you'll be in a time where you're already dead. So you'll be in a limbo for the rest of the eternity, which is a very scary thought if you put into it. So yes, wormholes in space are no small fries. You gotta be treat them with respect.
Huh. Sounds like my way of traveling might be somewhat safer until I drown. I think I can hold my breath.
Yeah, honestly.
Wait, okay, so wait, if since you're stuck in a limbo and stuff, like are you able to see like into different realities when you go through a wormhole? Like how long does it travel through a wormhole? Well, I guess times are relevant in wormholes.
Yeah, it's relative, so I can't put it into description because I haven't gone through one yet because I am too scared of using one of those.
Oh, okay,
It's,
that's fair.
it's like going in a, I don't know, in a black hole, for example. If you go to a black hole, you'll be dead, but you'll be alive. But you'll be dead, but you'll also be alive. You'll see yourself dying, and you'll see yourself still alive and kicking
Huh.
because time also perishes in those in those moments, in those, we can't say moments, in those places where the wormhole is or the black hole is, because it just destroys everything, like everything we know, like past, present, and future doesn't not apply there. So yeah, even time destructs on its own. So you're technically living multiple realities in which you can't do anything about. It's a very scary thought. So yes, I would say it is a fascinating topic.
Interesting. I see Greek God is asking about the white hole parts. I don't know what that means. Are there white holes in space? Isn't that just a
Oh
star?
well, technically, if there's a black hole, physically speaking, there should be a white hole as well.
Oh.
One that does not consume everything but exudes everything. Technically speaking, there should be one. We haven't seen it yet. I dare say I might have seen one. Who knows?
Huh.
But that is confidential information that I am not allowed to share around just like that, Nat. I'm pretty sure you might understand.
Hmm. I mean, sure, everyone's got to have their own secrets, right? That's how things work.
Of course.
Is there something that you're able to share about your company that you worked for? Like, you
No, no. I'm a mercenary. If you want the information, you better pay up. It's
hmm,
as simple as that.
hmm.
What about you,
How much do I
Captain?
have to pay to get this information?
Uh,
Do you take doubloons?
uh,
I have plenty of
I
those.
don't take the blues.
Oh,
I
come
take space
on!
credit.
Space credit? I mean, you can convert doubloons to space credit, right?
We are talking into different kind of. Oh my god, this is like like that epic rap battles of history of Christopher Columbus versus
Oh
the
god.
commander of Star Trek.
Oh,
It's just that,
Picard.
the
I think that's who it was.
yeah, the guy that speak like that
Yeah,
and said.
William Shatner always talking like this, so that way they can understand what they are doing with their dramatic pause.
Exactly that guy. So yes, we're at complete different scales here, I would say, but I am not disregarding the whole adventures on the sea. I'm just saying that everything here in space is quite expensive if you
Mm,
compare it to living expenses in just a planet. So yes, it is very different worlds, I would say.
I mean, I think I gotten pretty lucky that doubloons have been so far accepted in most areas. I don't think I've actually been to space. Oh god, I wonder how I would even survive that. Ugh.
Well, we went to space together, isn't it? In an Among Us collab of Luna.
You know what? That's fair. And then we ended up on an island. It was a great time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. Well, I wasn't there for the island, but I was there for the space.
Oh, that's right. You got ejected and then had to go fly off to your own
And I
adventures.
was never the culprit, was never the suspect. Never betraying. They all thought it was me. Well, it's okay.
Well,
Even Luna believed it was me when it was just Steady. with my name. Oh my god, I can't believe this. Anyways, what about you, Captain?
What
You
about
haven't
me?
said anything.
Me? Oh,
What about your explorations? Have you seen any kraken, any big squid or creature?
I mean, I have come across krakens in my time. I've usually tried to avoid them as best as possible because they're not very friendly. They easily destroy the ship. Good thing I've been able to avoid them. I've been especially avoiding them since my crew had disappeared. Still don't know where they're at. I heard actually, funny thing is I heard rumors that they somehow are in space, like on some asteroid. Apparently, there's like an asteroid out there somewhere that I don't know has like this pirate. Wait, space pirates. Yeah, space pirates. I guess that is a thing. I guess I could last in space now that I think about it. If they're space pirates.
Space pirates. What happened to your crew, Captain? How could you miss them?
Well, see, I found this shiny rock, right? And like before, like things were always very stiff and like very two dimensional, I guess would be the way to put it. So I found this rock, very shiny, very shiny. Shine so bright that it transformed me into this. And when that happened, they just kind of disappeared. Don't know where they went. Don't know what's going on with them either. I hope they're okay. Except for Mortimer. That guy's a dick.
Hey, leave Mortimer out of it. He was fine.
I know he was too rich for my kind. Too rich for my kind, I say.
But it's your favorite kind of people, isn't it? You love rich people, isn't it?
I will say they did pay for a lot of things. I will give that. I will give them that. They did manage to pay for a lot of things. Now it's kind of a little. It has been a little bit of a struggle. I won't even lie. It has been a little bit of a struggle, but you know what? I survived. That's what us pirates are good at. We're good at surviving.
Yeah, you did survive. Somehow.
Well,
You shift from a two-dimensional universe to a third-dimensional universe.
mm-hmm.
How did that feel?
It hurt for a moment. It felt like I was being stretched, so that was interesting. Like I got stretched, and then all of a sudden, like I could move around a little bit more and shake my hair. It's like ah. But yeah, it's good times.
Fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, good times. That was not good times, according to you.
Well, I mean, it might be a bad time for my crew, depending on what happened to them. But I mean, I don't know. My life hasn't changed that much. It's just gotten more lonely, essentially. That's why I travel to all
In
these
your
different
absence,
places.
who takes the lead of the crew?
Well, that's actually a good question. If they're still all together, I would assume Zotar or Granny would be the ones in charge. Zotar was more of the muscle in the group, and Granny was more of experience, I guess would be the best way to put Granny. Yeah. I hope Zotar took charge, because if Granny took charge, I'm scared how that would have worked.
Fascinating. Do you think they're looking for you?
Maybe not, probably not. I don't know.
Are you looking for them?
Sure. Yeah. Definitely looking for them. Don't side-eye me.
Well, hi. No, I'm not saying anything. I'm just curious.
Well, I mean, if I do happen to come across them, that'd be great. That's the thing about these whirlpools and the magic beans. I don't really have control of where I go with them. It's just kind of random for a good portion of the times.
Oh, fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
So you'd slave them to their doom.
I wouldn't say that. I mean, I'm sure they're fine. Maybe.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah.
Well, you heard here, everyone. Captain doesn't care about the state of their crew. Oh, what
Wow.
happened to that good captain?
I am a good captain. I don't know what we're talking about. Look, some of them, maybe not so much, like Moneybags. Jeffrey though, his beller was really nice. His beller was cool.
Well, what can I say? I want the gossip. Why don't you tell me more, Captain? Why don't you tell me
Hmm.
what what happened the last time you left them on their own?
You know, this is actually the first time they've been left on their own. Well, actually, no.
Oh my
That's
god, that's
actually no. That is a lie. Well, let me rephrase that. This is the first time that they've been alone. I assume together, unless they somehow teleported separately from each other. That'd be a different issue. But I mean, they all kind of just appeared. Granny definitely had the most experience for sure. And when I let Granny take over the stream a few times, things got very sexual with her. Which is why I'm concerned if she's the one in charge. She's a very horny lady. A very horny old lady. Which is most old people. And then all of a sudden she was like, when I first met her, she was like a normal human being, but then I think she might have made a deal with some kind of creature, because then she started being able to summon tentacles. And that added a whole other layer to her horniness.
well,
Dark
I
times.
was not expecting that, but we got something interesting from Captain this time. We could say that he just left them to rot on their own
I don't
in
even
Granny's
What?
kinkiness.
Oh
Oh, how this will be great.
no. I'm not saying that they're rotting. At least I don't think they're rotting. Like I said, they just kind of disappeared. I don't know what's going on with them. I'm sure Zotar's got it in control, though.
So you'd say Soritar is the first one to might come here if they were to find looking for you?
I mean, Zotar was a captain himself at one point before he joined my crew, so yeah, he probably would be the first one to join.
And if someone of your crew could come here, which one would you believe would be the first one to find you?
As much as I hate saying it, I feel like Granny would be the first one to find me, and that terrifies me.
Oh,
I feel
you're
like-
very here.
I feel like Granny would be the first one to find me, and that terrifies me. I didn't have problems with Granny until she started bringing tentacles into things, and like, oh no, Granny, why?
Well, let me rephrase it then, Captain. Just for everyone's gossip, who do you want to be here if you had to choose only one of your crew members to join you in this three-dimensional adventure?
Ooh, which one would I want? Oh,
Yeah, the one you want.
the one that I want. Oh, Probably Zotar. I like Zotar a lot. So Zotar was very, even though Zotar was a half orc, he was very bright.
All right. Seems like Captain doesn't care about anyone else in the crew. Woo! You hear that first?
Wow.
Here, everyone. Captain doesn't care. He only cares about Soritar.
Well, okay. While we're on the topic of not so much that not caring, but whose persona did you take again? You took somebody's persona, right, when you first came to the world?
I beg your pardon?
I'm pretty sure that's
I'm
what.
only myself. I am Cosita, the greatest hero in space.
Right. I thought there was another Cosita though at one point, and then I heard they slightly perished. Did they not? Did you were you involved in that at all?
I don't know what you're talking about, Captain. I'm afraid.
Hmm.
Look, Kylar here says means he will leave you behind too, Cosita. Well, news to you, Kylar. I'm not part of Captain's crew,
It's true.
so no, he can't.
It's true. It's very true. Cosita's too busy flying off in space and. Wait, I heard that you have a special feature.
I do?
Yeah, something with like bunny ears or something like that.
I am the one making the gossip here, Captain, not you. Thank you very much.
What was that
First
shortcut
things
again? Was it
first.
like it was like F11, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. It was Alt F12, Captain.
Alt
Try
F
it yourself.
I don't think that will work for me. I don't have any.
Oh,
I don't think I have any.
unfortunate, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a little bit. It is a little bit. Art says it's F9.
Yeah, maybe it was F11, like you said, Captain.
Yeah, I don't remember. I think I'd have to go watch that VOD again.
Nah, there's no need to do
Watch those
Captain.
clips again. That was so great.
There's no need to do that.
I-
Why don't we try to tell? Why are we doing this here, program Captain?
Why are we doing this program? So we can learn more about other guests that will be on in about 27 minutes. Had to look at the clock.
Well, why are you inviting these two people today? Why don't you tell us that?
Well, our first guest today is going to be a dream spirit. So that will be fun and interesting. Do you dream, Cosita? With your
Yes, as a matter of fact, I do.
what do you
With
dream
everyone, just like anyone with a clear conscience, I also dream. Have very nice dreams.
of? I don't think that's how dreams work. I don't think your conscious has anything to do with dreams. At least I hope not.
Of course it does, Captain. Of course it does.
Hmm.
Maybe Nat can clear this misunderstanding that you have in your own perception.
It's true.
Well, you see, I am having nice dreams. Well, today was. I don't remember, but clearly it was maybe something me being a hero once again. What about you, Captain?
Wait, being a hero once again, what does that mean? Are you not a hero now?
Once again, well, you can't be hero every single time, Captain. Otherwise, you're just yourself.
I'm pretty sure that the phrase is you see yourself as a hero till long enough to wait, how the fuck did that quote go? Oh my god, I'm butchering that quote. You live long enough to be. Oh god, now I'm gonna have to look it up because I'm terrible at remembering things. Ah!
Unfortunate. It seems Captain doesn't remember this allegedly quote.
Yeah. I'll get there. Hold on here. I got it. I can do it. You either die a hero or live long enough to become a villain. Yeah, there we go. Wow, I can't believe I don't remember that.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
So it has to be short-lived.
Well, wait, so then.
That's what I meant exactly.
Huh.
See? You can't be here every time.
So you're a villain then?
I am not a villain. I'm just a normal human being. Just minding my own business. I gotta play hero when the times needs it. When the worlds need Cosita. Simple as that.
You mean when the space credits are right?
What's that supposed to mean?
I mean, you do things for space credits, do you not? That's what a mercenary does. So does that not make you a hero? That doesn't really make you a hero. That just makes you a mercenary. An anti-hero. There we go. Yeah, Art put it the best. An anti-hero. You're similar to the Punisher. Have you killed anybody?
Well,
Who have you
Well,
killed?
what about you, Captain? Aren't you a pirate for the doubloons? Doesn't that make you any better?
I mean, look, I go find treasure, and treasure finds me sometimes. And sometimes, look, I have a code of conduct. I don't steal from the poor. I only steal from the rich. I'm like Robin Hood.
Well, it is what it is, Captain. It seems we align on something. Me wanting money doesn't mean anything. It's just what human needs to survive. I need to pay rent. I need to pay bills. I have to pay all that kind of stuff. See?
You have to pay rent for your ship?
For the hangar in which I left
Oh,
the ship.
that makes sense. That makes sense.
See? As simple as that.
How big is your ship?
Like house, 2-floor house?
A 2-floor house. Holy moly. That's a big ship.
That's it's a normal ship in normal standards.
Is it? I mean, I don't know anything about spaceships. I thought spaceships were like, either like single seated or something. Tell me you got
Well,
2-story house ship.
because I also have a, you know, uh, how do you say it? I have officials. You see, I have my mods
Ah,
also
yes.
working on the ship. That's why.
I've heard rumors about how the mods are treated. You treat them, quote unquote, so well. Definitely not saying this with a gun pointed to my head. I don't know why that's in the notes.
Yeah, you heard that right, Captain. You heard that right.
Hmm.
I treat them perfectly well, and they are all vaccinated, right? Up
Oh,
to date.
oh,
All the
that's good.
vaccines are up to date.
Oh, that's good that they're vaccinated. That's good to know.
Yeah, and I take them for walks, one or twice every day, so I take care of them.
That sounds like a very responsible captain, taking care of their mods
Yeah,
like that.
see, exactly.
Why is everyone calling you a
Exact.
tyrant, though? That's weird. Why? What? It sounds like they're calling you a tyrant, though. I don't know why.
Who said that?
Kyler did. Kyler called you a tyrant.
Well, it's just Kyler. Don't listen to that tiefling.
Hmm. Hmm. I mean, I've dealt with a tiefling before. At least I think he was a tiefling. Might have been a devil.
Oh yeah? How
Yeah.
did that go?
Well, I didn't really want him on board, but we kind of had to make a deal with him to, escape hell. And, yeah. He disappeared too. His name was Fulseer. He was very slick, though. He was very good with his words. Very,
Well,
very handsome sometimes.
there you have it. What is the chat saying? Hi, Captain. How are you doing? Looking handsome today, Captain.
Me,
Is that
handsome
Kosiga the Tyrant? Still looking at the monocle. So good graphic, to be honest. Which monocle?
Wait, we have monocles? I don't have a monocle. Mortimer had a monocle.
I could never have real lore, according to artists. I just make stuff up when it's funnier to me. I became a deity for a pun. I am the owner of the forest Luna resides in. Whatever works. What do you mean? Your lore is that you're pink. That's your lore. Have you seen a pink deer, Captain, in your life?
I have
No,
seen
I
it.
haven't.
I have seen a pink deer in my life. They're definitely They're definitely interesting to say, none the least.
Yeah, see? That's your occupation, artist. That's your lore right there.
Everyone's pink on the inside. It's true.
Lore. Captain wears a hat sometimes. Exactly.
I wear a hat all the time. I don't know what you mean.
Captain,
I
you're
sleep-
a captain, but you're not captaining anyone.
I captain myself and my ship and my mods.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Are your mods part of your tripulation now?
I mean, they're gunners, so yeah, they shoot things. They go shooty bang bang bang.
You're right, artist. What are you hiding behind that, under that hat, Captain?
Nothing. I'm not hiding anything.
Well, I haven't seen any official art of you without your hat.
Because there's nothing to show under the hat. Obviously, it's just a hat. All that's under it is just more hair.
Hmm.
You see my long, luxurious hair? It's so long. Of course, I'm going to have more hair under the hat. Why would you think why would you assume that I'm hiding something?
Well, you're a pirate. How couldn't you?
Well, that's me being a pirate. I seems like is irrelevant for me hiding stuff under my hat.
I mean, it is.
Hmm. 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 It's not like I'm hiding any ears or something. My ears are right here on my head. It's not like I'm hiding more ears.
Maybe you are hiding some ears,
Nope.
Captain.
Nah, 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 nah. Me hiding something? No.
Uh-huh. I am more suspicious now. Exactly, Artis. Artis
I
here get it.
look. It's not like I have ears under my hat or something, and there's no way that you can prove it. So there is that.
You're right.
Mm-hmm.
We can't, but we can just speculate, and that is the more gossip, the merrier. That's all why
Guess.
these shows are, isn't it? We're all here for the gossip. We're not here for actual information. Boring, Captain. So boring.
What, the gossip or the information?
The information. Who
Oh,
needs facts? We need to speculate.
you know what? That's fair. Bringing up gossip and things of that nature can be a fun thing to do and stuff. Getting down to the nitty gritty of secrets, like someone being murdered and turned into a lemon tree.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know what you're talking
I
about,
don't.
unfortunately.
No, I think you do.
I have no lemon
I
trees here in space.
Nah, but you have one on a planet, do you not?
I don't remember.
Oh.
Suddenly, I am struck with some amnesia. Damn.
Oh man, stuck with amnesia. I knew a pirate that was stuck with amnesia.
Oh, yeah? Who?
Yeah, this goes by Majima. Great guy. Crazy, but great. Are you saying you're crazy now?
I'm not crazy. I'm Cosita.
Hmm. Well, crazy starts with a C, and Cosita starts with a C. And there's also an
Yes.
A in crazy, and there's also an A in Cosita.
Well,
That's at least
what?
two of the 5 letters.
The same could be said about you, Captain. Captain starts with the C.
Well,
It has an A.
Well, I've never denied that I'm not crazy. I mean, you got to be crazy if you're going to be a pirate. That's just fact.
Oh?
Yeah. But
Well,
why-
in that
why-
case,
why is that
I rest my
surprising?
case. Captain, you were crazy on leaving your crewmates to die alone. So,
Again,
I
they're
guess
not
it makes
dead.
sense.
I think. Maybe.
Yeah, you see, everyone, we can't. Unfortunately, we can't fact check what happened to the crew members, but pretty sure they died.
I
How could
Mm.
you let them rot on their own, Captain?
like I
After
said,
all the time they were
I've
supporting you.
heard rumors. I've heard rumors through the whirlpool vine. Ha, I guess that's the way to put it. They're still alive. I think 2 of them are hanging out on a rock in space. You might have seen them, possibly. You ever been to the Rock of
Mhm.
Braille?
Nope, unfortunately.
Oh, you should check it out. Seems like up your alley with being a mercenary. It's kind of like similar to Tortuga, pirate haven here. Sounds like it's a pirate haven in space.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, aren't pirates and mercenaries the same thing?
Technically, but mercenaries
Yeah.
are like sign up for something. Pirates just do on their own.
Nah, well, yes and no. I mean, there are pirates that do things on their own, but there are also privateers. So I mean, are mercenaries
Are
just
you a
none?
pirate or a privateer?
I'm a pirate. Fuck that. I ain't gonna work for anybody. Why would I want to do
Yeah,
that?
see?
I do
See?
things myself.
Says- Yeah, exactly. And that's why you got no crew anymore. You're not
I-
working for anyone and
Wow.
for anybody else.
Wow, can't believe this. Can't believe this. Thoughts about having a woman on your ship? I've had women on my ship. That's who Granny was. Granny was a woman. We also had Alexa Pearl and Civi. All women. All capable of taking care of themselves. They're definitely not dead, like Casita's suggesting. Nah,
I am not suggesting otherwise, Captain.
I feel like
I
you.
am
I feel like you
saying-
are.
Nah, of course not, Captain. This is pure speculations. You can't deny there's a chance they're all dead now.
Look, I think they're still alive. I'm pretty sure. I'm 99% positive they're still alive. 99.9% positive they're still alive. 99.999999999% positive they're still alive.
Here, Artie says it's very clear. Mercenaries are explicitly hired. A pirate does piracy. What do you have to say in your defense, Captain?
Well, I mean, they're not wrong.
Thank you, Artie. I appreciate that. See, your occupation is being pinned.
But that's why you'll enjoy Tortuga, or I'm sorry, Rocca Braille, because maybe you'll find someone that's going to hire you there and get your space credits and stuff. That's what you need, right? You need more space credits? Yeah?
Well, technically, yes, but I don't think that's the main point here.
So, what's the biggest job you've ever done?
Well, the one I just spent 4 years. No. Yeah, 4 years. Like, assuming the fake Cosita Jock persona.
So there was another Cosita!
Well,
You
it's
told me
all
there
the same.
wasn't!
I didn't say nothing. I'd say I don't remember what you're talking about, and suddenly I remember.
Uh-huh. Okay, well go on. Tell us more about this fake Cosita.
Oh, good heavens, look at the time. I'll be right back.
What that? No. You stay right here on this ship. You're gonna... Don't you dare walk away from me. he walked... What are we staring at? Cosita, what are we staring at? He's staring at something. I don't know what he's staring at. He's staring at something. No, I'm not gonna make out with Cosita. Why would I do that? I mean, look. Oh, that's the microphone. Hold on here. Maybe if I sneak up behind him. If I could. Cosita, where did you go? It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. That's the front. I know. I'm trying to. Yeah. Did he really just disappear? I'm surprised he didn't walk off screen. Oh, there you are. Hi.
Captain, what the hell are you doing?
What do you mean, what am I doing? What are you doing? What were you staring at over there?
Well, I want to get some water. That's everything.
This guy.
What? I can't drink in here? Whoa, you heard it here, everyone. Captain doesn't allow normal human rights here in this interview
I thought
show.
you would have
More
already...
gossip for you all.
I thought you would have already grabbed water, before the stream, like a good individual would.
Of course, Captain, but I need to serve myself still. It's not like I have it here next to me.
Why not?
Well, because I want it cold.
That's what ice cubes are for.
No, I don't like ice cubes. They're disgusting.
What do you mean you don't like ice? It's frozen water. What do you mean it's disgusting?
Cosita, he was trying to make out with you. Don't check the VOD, because I'm lying.
I was not trying to make out with you. I was trying to look at what you were looking at down in the corner.
Absolutely disgusting. I'm gonna cancel you, Captain. That's it.
Good luck.
Gossip of the year,
You know how many
everyone.
times people have tried canceling me? Many times.
How many?
They've one, and his name's Cosita.
Ha! There you go, everyone. There you go. There you go. Cyber abuse. You got some birds flying behind you. Cosita, the captain made out with your face. Wow,
I
there.
didn't make out with your
I can't
face.
believe
I was
it.
trying to
I
sneak up
can't
behind you,
believe
though,
it.
but I couldn't do it for some reason.
Terrible, Captain. Absolutely terrible.
Hmm.
Can't believe this.
Well, if you say so.
Well, regardless, we gotta prepare ourselves for the first guest, isn't it?
It's true. It's about that time. Let me send them a message really quick. Make sure they're all set up and ready. Do.
Thank you, Diamond. I am glad we agree. Even though it pains me to agree with you, but yes, we agree on something.
I still need to know, like, okay, what is it about ice cubes that you don't like?
Because I like mineral water. Ice cubes are like tap water.
You can freeze mineral water too.
I like gasified mineral water. You can't
I
use gasified.
I don't even know what that means. I've never heard of that before. Ice is ice.
You wouldn't understand, Captain.
You're right.
If you were a
Because I drink
true
tap
water
water.
enjoyer, if you were a true water enjoyer just like me, you'd understand water tastes different.
No, I'm well aware that water tastes different, but there's nothing wrong with tap water. Everyone's like, oh no, I don't want to drink the tap water, all the irons and the minerals and all that stuff. You'll be fine. It's called building an immune system. You'll be fine.
Well, Captain, tap waters is different in every district.
You know what?
Every
That's a fair
city.
point. That's a fair point. You do raise a fair point.
So maybe in your case it's perfectly fine, but you don't know the neighborhood next to you.
That's a fair point. You do make a very fair point. That is a fair point.
Gasified? Do you mean distilled? I don't know how it is in English. I just like my mineral water with gas. That's it.
I don't even know what that means. Oh, carbonation. Thank you, Art. You like carbonate. You like sparkling water?
Yes.
That's so terrible.
What do you mean terrible? It's the greatest
No,
human invention.
Sparkling water tastes so bad, especially the ones that's like, bubbly, the flavored sparkling water that they all taste the exact same.
I can't believe this, Captain.
You cannot tell me that all them sparkly flavor waters do not taste the same. They all taste the exact same thing. They taste terrible.
No.
Terrible.
No. They're all different.
They're not different. They taste the exact same.
They are different. And, well, I can't prove it to you here through this virtual space, but I can agree that sparkling water is different based on the brand, pretty much. If you guys in the US only have one kind of
No, we got
sparkling
several different sparkling water brands, and they all taste the exact same. Terrible.
Well, Captain, in that case, I can do nothing for you. Keep enjoying your whatever the hell you drink.
My basic ass water. Yes, I'll enjoy my basic ass water that doesn't need the bubblies in it.
Terrible. Anyways, let's just
look. There's one sparkling water that I have enjoyed, and it's the Signature Select sparkling waters. Those are good because they actually taste like the flavors they promote. Unlike bubbly, I'll taste the same thing. What's the other sparkling waters? Bubbly and the LaCroix, whatever it is. LaCroix.
lacrosse? The sport?
No, it's like LaCroix. I think this was like
Lacrosse?
yeah, something like that. No, it's not lacrosse. LaCroix.
Artist.
LaCroix. That's what it is. LaCroix. That's what it is.
Huh. Artist, you don't like water? If you don't like water, it's over between us. I don't want a friend that doesn't like water. They don't have sweeps?
Oh no.
Peasants.
Our guest isn't responding, though they're in the chat.
Oh no, our guest isn't answering, I guess.
They're in the chat, but they're not answering their DMs.
It was that easy? I hate water? Okay, I'll remember this, you piece of dear garbage. I'll put you in a pink dumpster, you. I actually like filter water. Oh yes, I drink filter water at my job. And when I get home, I get carbonated water.
Alrighty.
Actually, let me drink more right now.
Yes, make sure you drink more of your water. Your terrible, terrible.
Oh, but aren't you the
sparkling
one who
water.
says, "Oh, don't drink it" in the middle of the interview? Ooh,
I
you
didn't say
sure
you didn't have to
have
drink it in
your
the middle of the interview. I thought you would have it
bottles
prepared
ready
before the interview. Like I was
Well, I
saying,
have
like
it
I was saying
prepared.
at the thing at the beginning. I'm like, all right, got my water, got my food, and then you're just like silent.
Well, I ran out of water, Captain. What do you want me to say?
All
Once
right.
again,
You know what? Okay, no, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. If you ran out of water, that's fair. I get it. I get it. All right.
Ah, delicious carbonated mineral water.
And then I see that the guest just hopped into the VTube studio. We'll just wait for their model load up, and I'll pull them into the VC. Do.
I haven't had a carbonated water I've liked, sadly. Well, if you were ever come to my country, I could show you my favorite carbonated water. I like for a very specific brand here in my country.
What's the brand?
Specific. It's Gachantun. It's the brand.
Gotcha Dune? Like, so it's a gotcha. It's a gotcha sparkling water. You don't know what flavor you're getting.
It's yes.
Everything-
It's a gacha.
Everything's a mystery flavor for that brand.
Imagine.
I mean, Mountain Dew does that. Mountain Dew will have a mystery flavor every once in a while.
Can't believe this.
Let's see. I saw that said a join, but where is their model? There we go. Perfect. And there we go.
There! Yay!
Yay! Welcome, Nat.
What is that? Wait. Oh my god. No, I hate my double. No!
Don't worry, I'm still trying to figure this out too.
I don't know why I'm in front of the thing. Wait, can I fix that myself too?
I think it's right click to put yourself behind it.
I don't know actually. Can I?
Wait,
No.
Okay, hold on.
Wait, no, that's the wrong button. I always like kind of mistake right and left click.
Right.
Okay.
Well, you could always just sit on the table too.
I wish I had a sit toggle. That would be so awesome right now.
I mean, it kind of looks like you're sitting on the table a little bit.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, a little bit.
wait, let me see.
The mic is behind you.
I
though,
don't think-
so, but that's fine.
Yeah, that's kind of a problem. I think it puts me in front when I do anything. I don't know how to.
How do you move me, Captain?
How do I move you? There's a thing for it, but see, this is where. Oh wait, okay, I can move the mic. Okay.
I don't know what left drag. It says left drag to put behind, but I don't know what that means. What's a left drag?
Let's see. Oh, now they're gone. Okay, hold on.
Sorry.
I can figure this out. I can figure this out. I can do this.
How do I move you? Oh my I can't.
Wait, is it item settings? Maybe that's it. General item settings. Let's try that. Ah, okay. Let's see here. How do I put this in the
My
front?
captain figures this out. Hello, chat. Hello, everybody.
Oh, that makes
I
it-
don't know what's going on.
Don't
We
worry,
have
I'll
not tested this with items. Maybe we should have.
Yeah, probably should have. I added the items last minute. Let's see. V2 Studio
It's okay.
item. Maybe that'll work. Let's see here. Anyways, Cosina, what?
Please.
So Nat, you're a dream spirit.
Yes.
What exactly is a dream spirit? Is it like similar to Freddy Krueger? Because that's like the only thing I know about dream spirits, and that's not a very friendly one. And you're definitely a lot cuter than Freddy, that's for sure.
Did not know Freddy Krueger had anything to do with dreams, but okay. It's more like but the original idea behind it was the Greek dreams, like personification of dreams, which is Oneiros. They're kind of the siblings, servants, whatever, of Morpheus, the god of dreams. And they're like the personification of dreams. That's where the original idea came from. It was a bit too complicated to go with it, like to always explain what's an Oneiros, where does it come from, yada yada yada. So I just simplified it to dream spirit in the end. It just seemed way simpler than going through explanations all the time. But original idea was Greek spirit. Because there did not seem anything else that kind of fit what I wanted to do. And all the other dream spirits that I knew of were kind of ugly. And I didn't want to be an ugly spirit. So I went with the one that didn't have a description, like look-wise. The Oneiros in Greek mythology are very little explained. It's just that they're there, that they exist. And that they usually have like black wings. I never got around to do that in images or anything around here, but yeah, that was kind of the origin of this.
Okay.
Very interesting, Ned, but how about I ask you a real interesting question this time? I want the spicy details, the gossip we've all been lunging for. Tell me,
And what is
Ned,
that?
with your superpowers, can you actually enter into someone's dream without consent?
Oh.
Oh, okay, that's an interesting question. I guess so, yeah. But only as a viewer, basically.
Yeah, of course, as a viewer. So that means you've seen anybody of your friends' dreams before, Ned?
Yeah, but they're pretty confusing most of the times. They just dream of garbage. Basically, very, very confusing.
Which friends' dreams have you? Which dreams have you gone to? Now I'm kind of concerned. Wait a minute, hold on. You haven't seen my dreams, have you?
You mean the spicy ones?
Maybe those ones? Possibly? You haven't seen those ones, have you?
It's okay. I usually leave when I see spicy ones. I don't like watching spicy stuff that much.
Oh, well, that's good at least. That's good. What does Casita
It's
dream
usually-
about?
World domination?
Oh, let me clarify there, Nat. You say dreams are sometimes confusing, right? World domination doesn't have to do anything with it. Maybe it's just an interpretation based on a lack
Very
of
true.
information, Nat. It's just world salvation, not domination.
Salvation. Yeah, I mean, you're right. Dreams are usually inherently confusing because your brain just works through all the stuff. Like your subconscious works through all the conscious stuff. And it doesn't care in what order or like when it does what. So it definitely could be that there was a mistake in translation.
Yeah.
But it's
Thank you
fine.
for the spicy details, Nat. What about you, Captain? Anything else to ask?
Why do people call you father?
Oh my god. That's actually kind of not that old. Greek started that. Greek god. we had a I'm not actually sure where exactly it started. Greek just started calling me father. Was it after? I think it was after where I compared myself basically to Toji.
I don't know how I did it, but I fixed it. Sorry.
Oh, you fixed that. No, we don't touch it anymore. No touching anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, good. It was either before or after I compared myself to, or got compared to Toji. I like doing daddy jokes, you know, or dad jokes.
I was gonna say
I think
like
it's always very funny.
I was gonna say like daddy jokes or like dad jokes as in like
Both.
puns.
Both.
Oh, okay.
I kind of started from that, and at first I was like, no, I don't want to be called father, and in the end I just gave up. It's not that bad. It's not being called a bottom or anything, so it's just being called father.
I mean, is there anything wrong with being a bottom though? I mean, some people like being a bottom.
Oh, it depends. I mean, just being it, there's nothing wrong with it, but sometimes if you're like a streamer, people like to take the joke like far, like far, and it's just gets such a focus. I've seen it with other people that sometimes such things get such a focus that it takes over, like it takes over everything else, and then it gets uncomfortable usually.
Okay.
But the father thing doesn't do that. It's just a funny little thing, a little bit of an insider. And it doesn't really take everything else. It doesn't drown anything. So I'm fine with it.
All right.
I've been wanting to make like an father themed emote or something for ages now, but I've never had the right idea to convey it instead of like just having my chibi and a sticker with father on it. That's the closest I've gotten. Or with a mustache, little mustache. Oh.
Oh, would it be like the Wharf stash, like from Markiplier, the little pink mustache?
Yes, exactly. You got it. That was my fault. I just haven't gotten around to properly do it yet.
Alright.
So it's more fanon lore instead of canon lore at this point. But it's slowly merging into canon. Because I actually never gave myself a fixed lore. I just kind of played around and then let it die. I don't know if you remember, Cosita, I started with like saying I sell dreams. I don't know if you still remember that I have a shop and sell dreams, but that kind of fizzled out because I didn't know what to do with it. Like how to integrate it properly into Twitch and the Discord and everything. So I just let it slowly die, like a plant that I don't water.
Unfortunate, Nat, that your dreams came crushing down. Like your shop.
Well, what kind of dreams would you have been selling, essentially?
Oh, my thought behind it was just like that I would pull dreams out of the void, like just shave off each person's dreams a little bit, like good dreams, bad dreams, and bottle them up nice. Give them a label and then sell those. Like if someone comes in, a customer comes in and they say they need a happy dream, like dreaming of something happy. I give them a dream of a meadow or something that I kind of shaved off a little bit here and there from other people. Kind of the thought behind it. Something around that. I never wrote it down. That's just like my memory. I never wrote it. I have looked because I said if I want to prepare something, I should just prepare some lore stuff. I have looked. The only thing I wrote down was it's kind of a poem or something. Like it's literally just a few lines. I never wrote anything else story-wise. After I did think about it, I think I thought about it too much, and then I started thinking it's cringe, and then I didn't want to do this storyline anymore. That was the problem. With that whole thing.
Changed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I don't know. I'm still working on actual lore. I wanted to do something that where I can heavily include my streaming Discord, Twitch community into it, but I didn't want to do like an adventure guild or something because that just doesn't fit my overall theme of being a dream spirit. Like, why would I have a guild? So it's kind of complicated to bring out something, at least in my mind, to have something where other people can also see themselves in. And I wanted that.
So, from the sounds of it, it kind of sounds like you. I've heard. I forgot what the actual name of it is, but there is a thing for like world building for like tabletop games and things of that nature, where people build an overall world together, but then they have like their own separate adventures and stuff. I forgot what the term of it was called though. It started with an A.
I don't actually know.
Yeah. So, are you able to like manipulate dreams? Or is it just viewing dreams?
It takes a lot of energy to manipulate dreams because you need to fiddle with like a human subconscious, so I'd rather not do it. It's way easier to just kind of sneak out little chunks of it and then make something new than to change a already going on storyline. It's like it's easier to make kind of fan fictions if you want out of something than to change the whole book.
Okay.
It's fun though, watching other people.
All right, enough about this. How about more spicy questions again, Nat?
Oh,
We all are here for it.
yes.
We all want to hear your questionable actions, Nat. Let me ask
Question.
you.
Yeah.
Your questionable actions. For example, how do you decide whose stream to crash? Is it random? Are you stalking or Google search history? Or are you going to someone's stream out of spite to gather information about someone you don't like? Tell us.
Oh,
us,
I
Matt.
mean, kind of all of the above. It's like stalking is a big part, like social media stalking, to see what's interesting. And then out of spite, there's not much you can actually, like, do out of spite. I mean, you can mess with them, but, like, that's kind of... It has no point, because a lot of people don't remember their dreams after waking up. So that's kind of a moot point there. You can... So it's just like, it's more interest and curiosity than anything else, and to see what people have good stories, and like sometimes they have like really juicy secrets that they dream about. Sometimes people dream stuff they shouldn't dream, you know, because the subconscious doesn't decide, doesn't care if you think something's bad or if it's a secret. And sometimes people just dream of running around in a roller skating rink with a sumo ringer chasing them.
That's
funny.
That's an oddly specific dream.
You're sick,
Maybe.
artist. Well, let me ask you another question then, Nat. Have you ever turned someone else's dream into a nightmare?
That's funny. I actually did have that written down for a question as well.
That's actually pretty easy. You just have to kind of spice it up a little. Give
And
them
have you done
one.
that out of spite?
Are you sure you want to know that? Are you sure?
I think we,
Really sure?
I think we do now. I'm
Well,
kind of curious now too, actually.
Very fascinating. You're leaving things to imagination, to speculation, Nat. You know this is gossip, right?
It is. We can't have everything all at once, you know? We can't give all the
Alright,
info.
Perfect. We'll leave it to gossip. Captain, you're up.
I'm up now? Okay. Well, I think we finally figured out how this dynamic's going to work. Cosida's going to ask all the spicy questions while I try to, like, ask regular questions, because Cosida's got the more spice level, apparently, surprisingly.
Spice level.
Right? So, what would be the idle dream for you to be visiting? Like, what's the longest you've stayed into a dream for?
Oh, it's like the ideal thing is if it's kind of cohesive. Like sometimes people have the thing where they actually control their dreams. You can train that. It's called lucid dreaming. And they can decide where they go, and it's usually a bit more cohesive like that. And that's really interesting because it gets really, really story-like in there then, which is super cool. Think Alice in Wonderland. It makes a bit more sense, and it's not just broken pieces smashed together. So that's really cool. It usually, you have to also remember, dreams aren't that long, usually. It's more short story than 12 book length. I know.
Right, because typically the dreams happen near the end of the sleep cycle, correct?
Exactly. That's also, it also has to do, when you wake up in a wrong part of your sleep cycle, you won't remember them. You have to wake up in a very specific part of your sleep cycle to actually remember your dreams. Otherwise, they just get drowned in your subconscious again.
Interesting. I didn't realize that's how that worked. But that does make sense.
It can be very, very scientific, yeah. There's books about this. I can really recommend them. If you are interested in the business of dreams and nightmares.
So
Nightmares are also a funny thing.
So, do you have a spicy dreams section of your store?
Yeah, but it's rather small. It's because most people if they dream spicy stuff, it's either just like boring vanilla, and you can go to Pornhub for that, or it's kinky. Very kinky.
Has Cosita
can be
had
that.
spicy dreams?
Ah, look, we're gonna read. Welcome, reader. How's it going? How's it going? Captain, be a good host.
I'm being a good host. We have the guest that we're talking to.
Saved by the raid.
So yeah,
No,
does
we
Cosita have
can-
spicy dreams? I need to know now.
And it's my turn, Captain, to make the question. It's not yours. Not yours. Nat, continuing, why don't you spill the tea? Do dreams actually mean something to you, or are you just messing with us? Do you see us as a lab experiment to you?
I mean, more an experiment. It's like it's just funky, you know. It's like you can do all sorts of funky stuff with like dreams. If you like get some for yourself, and it's like a game, you know. It's like going into The Sims and just watching what kind of mess they make.
Ah, so it is a game. Wow. We don't mean anything to you, Nat. This is very
You do.
revealing. Quite
That's
revealing
not
for
what
this
I said.
interview.
If you wouldn't be here, there wouldn't be any dreams, would there be now?
Fascinating, Nat.
You gotta be here.
Well, Captain, you're up.
I still need to know, like, what spicy dreams has Cosita had? I need to know.
I can't tell you that. That's confidential. You can't. I'm also not telling him about your dreams, you know?
I mean, I have no problem. With
louder,
I
Captain.
have no problem with my dreams being shared. It's just, you know, sometimes they might not be safe for work, essentially.
Oh,
But it's Casita. I'm just wondering if Casita had spicy dreams that are, intriguing. Does he dream it?
everybody has intriguing dreams.
It's true. It's true.
So, Captain, are you actually making a question, or are you leaving me to another opportunity here?
All right, look. Since you are a dream spirit, are you able to
Mhm.
make your own clothes? How does that work?
Yes. Okay, that's a very good question. So, my current dress is made out of a piece of the night. Oh, Jesus Christ! Sometimes talking is really hard. Do you realize that? Oh, no. So my dress is made out of a piece of the night sky that I just like sneakily cut out. Like there's a lot of it. There's a lot of galaxy, a lot of night sky. You know, can you just like cut a little piece, and cut it out, and then sew a nice dress. This one here is just pure night sky, but I've got some other pieces of sky, where it's like a little bit different, where it's dawn or where it's still very pinkish out. That are just like lying around in a trunk, waiting to be sewn up. So that's gonna be here someday.
So what happens to the space, the pieces that you cut out? Like what does it just
I
an
don't
empty
know.
void?
I don't know. I didn't look. I just
Oh.
cut it out and left. I
Oh.
didn't want anyone finding out. You know, it's not like I got this approved or anything. I just did it.
I think we found out where black holes come from now, I guess.
That would be kind of cool, wouldn't it? Just got a black hole where you cut out a piece. It would kind of make sense if you go with a fantasy approach, though.
Yeah. So Cosita, whenever you see a black hole, just remember it was caused by Nat.
Very
I needed a
revealing
new
information, Nat. Very revealing, I would say.
Yeah, but it's very pretty, isn't it?
It is very pretty. It's very
is very pretty.
beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
The dress or dark holes?
My dress.
Obviously.
Yeah, okay, you were saying very pretty. A dark hole was like, Captain, you're messed up.
No, the dress, obviously.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
I would say
like,
something.
I guess some people would be fascinated with black holes too and find some kind of beauty in the void of darkness. I mean, that happens too.
Well,
Yeah, but sometimes it's just a black hole. No, nothing to think about too much. I'm sure I'm not the only one that did that.
Yeah,
You know.
it's okay. We've all done some mischievous deeds in our lifetime.
I mean, yeah, you're a pirate and Cosita's a mercenary, so I'm sure I'm not the only one that did some questionable things around here, you know?
Yeah.
I just didn't get any money for it.
No, you just
I'm
get pretty
just
dresses
doing
out of
my
it.
job.
Mm-hmm. Okay, next
Not
question.
Alejandra.
Yes.
More gossip. We need more gossip. Captain is not making
What?
good questions enough.
That's why
Wow.
you're here.
Yeah, that's why you're here, Cosita. I knew you would have the better
Yeah.
questions.
Oh, well, you're not supposed to agree with me, Captain, but thank you. I appreciate it. Nat, do
Yes.
dream spirits hang out with sleep paralysis demon at lunch?
Oh.
Sometimes, yes. That's actually
aren't
funky.
you a quirky one? Why don't you tell us more about them?
Where do you think the spicy dreams come from?
Like, wait, what? The sleep paralysis demons are why we have spicy dreams?
I'm joking. No, but usually sleep paralysis demons, they're like, they kind of they're the weird ones, you know.
So
Those are weird
Explain
ones.
yourself. Why are you so different from them? Are you any different? And why?
Yeah, I mean, a sleep paralysis demon kind of feeds on angst and fear when they're like sitting on them and like you're not able, if you're sleeping and someone sits on you, you're not able to move. It's very suffocating, and they kind of feed on that, and it's kind of they're weird people.
are,
They're like really weird.
Are they perverts? I feel like there's plenty of people out there that want to be sat on.
Not that kind of sat-on. It's the uncomfortable sat-on. It's not the good sat-on.
Oh,
You're talking about other. You're talking about another demon race right now.
Okay. Wait, so there's another demon race that does sit on people for pleasure. Got it.
Yeah, that's. Captain, please don't do like you wouldn't know what I'm talking about. Oh my god.
How terrible of you, Captain!
What? There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong. I'm just adding to the spice. That's what you wanted, Cosita.
We all want the spice. We want the tea. Give us the tea, Nat. Tell us why are they so insufferable.
They're kind of ugly, and they're just uncomfortable. You know, they like sitting on people when they're sleeping and making them uncomfortable, and like that's not too cool. It's just weird.
It's true. It's very true.
Mm-hmm. I'm very glad I'm not one of them.
Yeah.
Have people requested you to be one of them?
Not yet, no.
Oh.
I have not been asked to sit on someone yet.
Oh.
No.
Huh.
I don't think that was the question here, but sure.
That definitely was
that
the
question.
That definitely was a question. Yes. So you know, folks, chat. If you're you know what you need to do now if you want to be sat on. So just ask. Apparently.
I think it's because I don't really do spicy content or anything or get spicy artworks. So it's not wholesome.
I don't
to
know
stuff
about
that I do,
that.
but it's not
There's
spicy.
There's been some spicy artwork. I've seen you sell some spicy artwork.
What?
I have one of those. I have one of those spicy artworks actually.
That's not spicy. That's
this mousepad is
I
definitely spicy.
Oh, you mean? No, I think our definitions of spicy are slightly different.
Oh, you're talking. You're talking about the extra spicy. This then.
I'm talking about spicy.
You're talking about extra spicy. Got it.
Yeah, it's extra spicy.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, Darkshin. Okay. Yeah, hold on. Darkshin has a good point. Can we ask for spicy stuff?
I haven't tried it, so I don't know actually. The thing is, I usually go under not rule, but like under the umbrella of if I haven't tried it, I don't know if I like it or not.
Okay.
So I don't know. I've been looking for someone for some spicy artists, but I want to see if I actually like having that and having that out in the open, but I haven't found anybody yet that I want to commission.
That's fair.
I have not tried it yet. That's the thing. And the problem is with social media, especially Twitter and stuff, if you do it once, people assume you want it, like, and continue with it. Because Twitter is not the most friendly place for opinions and stuff and trying stuff out, you know? That's the big thing. That's also one of the reasons I haven't done anything in that direction yet.
Fair.
But I have nothing. The thing is, there's difference in spicy level too, of course. What I am a fan of is what I would call tasteful nudity, not porn. Sorry to say this on the stream, but like, there's a difference. There's like a big difference in those. I do have several artworks at home, like prints, from an artist that does a lot of nudity in their work, but it's not sexualized. And I like that kind of thing. But then the question is, if you put out tasteful nudity, will other people assume you would like porn or are okay with porn artwork? Like, you kind of have to figure out how to have one thing without the other. And I haven't done that yet. So just sitting here not doing anything with it. Just like a little bit spicy with like bikini and smexy poses. I like those. Those are cute.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to your point, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I was prime example. I mean, I think this mouse pad is spicy, but it's not like spicy as you had put it. But you're right.
Yeah.
People would most likely question if you do the spicy stuff, if you do have slight little spice to it.
Yeah, right? It's kind of, you have to wait. Because I don't think the mousepad is very spicy because it covers more than your underwear would. And that's kind of what I'm basing stuff on a lot of the time. If like, is it covered enough that you could go outside with it, like going swimming or anything like that?
I was
And
gonna
if it
say
is-
I don't know if you could go outside with what you were wearing in this mouse pad, but I mean a swimsuit, yeah, okay, maybe possibly.
Yeah. It's more than what a swimsuit would be. So I'm like, and it covers all the key areas.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, it's a little bit spicy, but it's not extra spicy. I don't know if I'm explaining that very well. I'm still having a hard time with like figuring out how to say what I mean, especially in this regard.
I mean, it makes sense to me. Does it make sense to you, Cosita?
Well, what can I say?
Cosita's gonna have spicy
Nothing.
art, is what they're saying.
Exactly.
That's exactly what they're saying.
Cosita does need some spicy art for his new
Oh,
look.
Nataliendra! More gossiping questions for you. I want
Yes.
the most scandalous speech from you. And because we want you to spill the tea, Nat. It's been too much in your comfort zone, Captain is giving you.
Oh.
Wow. Okay.
Nataliendra, what's your beef with alarm clocks?
Wait.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Wait. What?
Where did you get that from? I do have a lot of alarm clocks. I'm not sure how you got. Why is this?
A good reporter never reveal their sources. I
Oh
can
my
tell you.
god. I have more. It's not that I have a problem with alarm clocks. It's more that I have a problem with like setting my alarms and oversleeping my alarm. And I think I have, if I need to wake up at an early time, I set like 10 alarms or anything. I tried everything. I also had like physical alarm clocks, but it's just a clock. I broke some of them. I don't think you guys know that, but I did break them. I smacked them off the desk because I couldn't get them off. So I just smacked them and then they kind of broke.
That's impressive. I'm glad that wasn't your phone. I mean, most people just set alarms on their phones nowadays.
Yeah, I did. I wanted to like be less on my phone. So I got the normal alarm clock, but that didn't work either because I didn't hear it or I heard it and then I smacked it off.
Unfortunately, Nat. How does that hinder your work as a dream spirit too?
Oh my god, it's because you're late. Like people, I mean, around the world they sleep like at all times. But if you are out for something special, you gotta wake up at certain times. You know, gotta be awake and like do the work and everything. And if you have appointments and stuff like that, it's just not gonna work. Being late is, I hate it. I hate being late to stuff, but I'm still late to stuff. I'm like a regular 15-minute late person, unfortunately.
Wow.
And honestly, yeah, it makes me angrier than the person that's waiting for me. I swear. It is. It makes me more frustrated. Oh.
So
So much for a
Yeah.
dream spirit.
Have people told you to arrive at a certain time and it's like a lot earlier than what you should be arriving at?
No, actually, I'm surprised they didn't do that.
Oh.
But no. I would recommend it. Like telling me. Actually, I'm the one that does that. Like, I set my appointments like half an hour earlier than what they would be. Like 15 minutes earlier, it depends on what time they are. And how far away they are. And they're in my calendar at the wrong time. So I'm there on time. Early. Oh. It's painful sometimes.
You heard it here, everyone. Nat is irresponsibly, unfashionably late, as usual. We got some Captain from this. Thank you so much, Nat. Captain, you can continue with your boring questions.
Wow, Casida's like, I just needed something to use against Nat in the future. I see how Casida's doing this now. All right, let's see. What do else do I have on my basic questions and stuff? All right, so you like strawberries? You like cider? Have you had a strawberry cider?
Oh yes, it's good. It's really good. Mm-hmm.
Yes, strawberry ciders are very good. What brand of strawberry cider have you had?
It's called Brother something. Wait. It's a English brand. No, wait. It's I did have one from those. It's really called Brothers. They have like different. They have the funky flavors, you know. They have the funky flavors like marshmallow or apple something. Apple. What is it called? Apple toffee apple.
Oh, that sounds good actually.
They also have. They did have a strawberry one. I have not found that again though. But there's also a different brand that's called Kopperberg. They have strawberry and lime cider, and that's also really, really good. Especially if it's like super cold, like freezer cold.
Well, I found it. It is Brother Ciders, and it
Do
looks
they
like
still have the strawberry?
it does look like it's a UK only thing, so I don't know if that's something I'll ever be able to try. Ooh. Wait, hold on. Oh, nope, that's Cider Boys. Never mind. I thought I found it.
Yeah, I think we have different cider brands around here than you guys get. It's a lot, often, like a lot of the time, it's like that. It has to do with taxes and import and whatever. England's way closer to to me than to you,
True.
after all.
This is true.
But it's still really good. Strawberry cider is very nice to have. And the toffee apple too. Very sweet. Very, very sweet.
I feel like toffee apple would be very sweet. I'm trying to think if I've ever actually had an actual toffee apple either. Like, I've had caramel apple, but not toffee apple.
Is that different?
Wait, is toffee and caramel the same thing?
I think like for me it is. It's just a question of how of the consistency, I think, because caramel is molten sugar, and toffee is molten sugar and cream, and caramel. I think caramel. You also make caramel with cream, caramel sauce, for example. I think toffee is the same.
It looks like toffee is supposed to be, like, more crunchier, maybe? Oh, it says toffee. Wait. Toffee is basically butterscotch. Ooh, butterscotch. I do like butterscotch.
Sometimes it's difficult with English words. For, like, I know we don't really do toffee around here. That's also a thing. I know what it tastes like and stuff, but I don't know how it's made. We usually just make caramel stuff.
Here it is. Toffee is crunchy, hard candy made primarily from sugar, butter, and sometimes other ingredients like flour or nuts. Caramel is softer and a smoother confection, created by heating sugar until it liquefies, then adding cream or milk. So I guess technically, yeah, they technically are the same thing. Technically.
They're the same. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
technically.
Nice. Because in German we just say caramel to all the things. We just add things. For me, in that case, for me, a toffee candy would still be a caramel. Like a caramel. We don't use toffee. The word toffee.
Okay.
Or we use the brand. We have like one very famous brand. I don't know if you guys have that over there. It's called Werther's.
Never heard of that.
Oh,
No,
it's like toffee candies in that case. In golden wrapping. Called
Oh,
Werther's Original.
that sounds like butterscotch. That's because butterscotch is
They
like that,
are.
where they come in a yellow wrapping.
Oh, okay. Because there's hard ones and there's soft ones. Both.
Yeah. I think
They're
that might-
really good though.
Yeah, I think that might be butterscotch.
Mm-hmm.
The
Actually,
old
where is
people candy, some people call it.
Yes, exactly. It's but it's still we call it caramel bonbon.
Okay.
We don't call it toffee bonbon or butterscotch. We just call it caramel bonbon.
Okay.
So we don't make a difference between that, and caramel sauce is still just caramel sauce.
Very nice.
Okay. Okay. Maybe next question because I can talk about this for like a really long time. To be honest.
Cassie, you got any more spicy questions to ask?
Oh, I do have a whole battery of questions for you, Nat. But since Captain is just getting so focused on his basic questions, let me piggyback on something on this for once. Nat, talking about cooking, what about back cooking? Are sleepwalkers your fault? Are the accusations real?
No. That's not my fault. I don't like move you around when you're sleeping. What the heck?
Oh,
no.
Then what do
Who
you have to
gave
say
you
in your
that?
defense? Why are you
Yeah.
not fault for that?
It's not like, do you know how much energy it would take to move someone physically from the dream realm? Like, bro, that's dimensional controlling. What the heck? No. That doesn't work. It's not like I'm there in their brains, like, or like on their head, like Ratatouille, and moving them around. That's someone else doing.
Oh yeah, then
Actually,
how can you
that is
explain
not-
the phenomena then?
Oh, of sleepwalking. Heck, I don't know. I think that's someone else's realm.
Oh, putting the blame on someone else. Interesting.
Of course.
Who's at fault then, Nat, if you don't want to take responsibility for that?
Oh,
Who are we
know.
pointing here?
I don't know actually.
Well, it can't be the
mean-
sleep paralysis demons, right? They just make you paralyzed.
Yeah, that's someone. Yeah, sleep paralysis demons do something else. I
If they
think
make
that's
them paralyzed, it is only logical
Sorry.
reason that something opposite would make them move. Like you.
it would, but like the Sandman also doesn't make people move around. Like I'm more on that level.
Oh yeah? Then what is the opposite of sleep paralysis demon?
Oh Jesus Christ! I don't know if there is such a thing. I think that's more a problem that starts when you're awake. The sleepwalking. Because then I don't actually know what causes. To be totally honest, outside of the lore, I don't know what causes sleepwalking. I've never had this problem. I don't know anybody that does so. But I know that some people do sleep sex
I'm sorry, what?
in their sleep. Yeah.
I'm
So
sorry.
maybe it's a succubus thing.
Sleep
Mm-hmm.
sex? That's huh.
Yes.
I will be right back for 1 second.
I can't
No,
believe this.
I really don't know. Interesting. I just know that
Unfortunately, Nat, you can't
Yeah.
provide here us with a culprit. I'm afraid we'll have to point arrows at you then.
oh my god. But that's
Just-
not my area of expertise.
Close the door.
If you don't know, then we can only begin to assume it was you.
Oh my god.
Let me ask you another question then, Nat.
Yes.
Talking about other kind of dream entities. Do you work alone or is there like a whole dream department up there? Like human resources for hallucinations.
Oh God.
Hallucinations. I mean, it's not really like a company, but I guess there's other dream spirits and dream demons and all in between. Because you have to think the world is so big. It's not like just me. Like I think every like major Arcana or Olympus or whatever probably has their own that do this kind of stuff. It's just not as much discussed as other areas of spirits and demons. Of like, for example, nature spirits are way more discussed than dream spirits. They're way more in the media and everything, which is kind of more low key. So I think that's why you don't know that many. I also don't. We also don't have like monthly meetups or anything. We don't do that. We're more like alone, working alone. Yeah, I may
you
get an
work for a
assistant
company?
sometime.
Or alone?
No, alone. I have my own company.
And it's like Ari says, it's a dream co-op. Everyone shares ownership of the one they're entering their dreams of.
It's more like tigers, with your kind of territory. You have your territory and like kind of stick to it, but we don't fight for people. You know, there's enough to go around. You just have your comfort humans that you like and you stick with, and your comfort areas.
Has there ever been conflict between dream spirits and demons?
I don't think so. I don't think so. At least not that I remember. In that area, no.
Oh, so
Maybe with outside, but not in between.
So sleep
dream
paralysis
spirits.
demons are so terrible to people, yet you're being goody-goody with them, Nat? This is very revealing. Very revealing.
I mean, they're just
the kind of person you
weirdos.
are.
What are you supposed to do with them? They're demons. And a
Well, you could try
spirit.
fight them.
Nah,
Or
why?
scare them off.
Scare them off.
Yeah.
With what?
Would like,
Should I throw sand at them or something?
pocket sand? Yes. Pocket sand. Wait. Okay. So you said that earlier that you mean you're kind of at the level of Sandman. Do you actually like have sand to throw at people?
I'm not a fan of sand, to be honest. I could go borrow some, but I don't like make my own sand or some shit like that. I don't like it. It just feels gross. I don't get why why Sandman likes it. It's just it feels so
What is the point of the
so
sand?
corny.
What does the sand do?
I'm not sure, to be honest. From what I've seen, he just blows it in people's faces and stuff. It may be just like a representation, just like particles broken down. So it has a physical form. I like smoke way more than sand. So maybe it's just preference. Maybe he liked the beach and just made his power look like sand. So I can throw it
Very
around.
interesting, Nat. Should we tell Mr. Sandman that you believe that he's disgusting? I'm pretty sure he'll be interested by hearing that gossip.
No!
Yeah, wait, is the
It's
Sandman
just
like
that.
your boss essentially? Like, is there a hierarchy?
Kian asked that too. The command structure. I think yeah, there are gods. There are gods, but the Sandman isn't like my boss or anything. I think gods are just like the people, the spirits that have been doing this for long enough to have amassed so much power that they are leveled up, like the next evolution, I would say. I think they just all started out as spirits and then kind of been stuck around long enough, didn't get obliterated or eaten or anything, and yeah, leveled up, crunched it. That's what I would say. I'm hoping to get there one day myself.
So you can become
Leveling
a
up.
god.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, even Hercules could become a god. Everything can become a god. A fucking koi fish can become a dragon god.
Wait,
As long as he...
how does that happen? How does a koi fish become a god?
A koi becomes a god or a dragon. I think dragons are considered gods too. If he swims upstream on a waterfall and jumps through something, I guess. I think it was with jumping through something. But yes, if he swims upwards a waterfall and is a certain age, I think, too. Wait, let me check my logs for that.
Nat, unfortunately, we're running out of time, and I have a lot of questions to ask yet, but I can piggyback from something Artist is questioning here.
Oh,
Do
yes.
you use dreams, seeing the human subconscious to forecast trends? You could definitely make bank doing that. You could definitely cheat the system, Nat, like the criminal you are.
Wow. That's a side take. Wow, okay. I'm gonna disregard that because I'm so nice right now. And
are
because
you
you have both been very hospitable until that point. Accusing me of being criminal. Jesus, no. It's actually, I've never thought about that. I'm not too in tune with trends, but that's a very good idea. I should kind of pick that up. That's a very good idea, Art. Yeah, I'm gonna sneak that. I'm gonna yoink that idea. I'm gonna do
See,
that in the
everyone,
future.
criminal.
Those are the special dreams that are not for sale in the shop. Personal usage.
You're literally doing criminal activity there, Nat. Taking confidential information without consent. Entering someone's dream without asking. Using the privileged information. And you say you're not a criminal?
What should I do? Should I have, I don't know, a coffee shop where it's on the cup? If you consent to enter my dream, you're gonna drink this coffee or something? What the heck do you expect me to do? Getting consent?
I mean,
Jeez,
that is an idea though that you could do as well. You know, make some extra side money on the side.
Captain, I
Sidebar-
rest my case. I got all the gossips I wanted from Nataliandra today.
It is true. We are coming up to that time though. Nat, before you head off, is there anything you would like to share or promote before you head off to invade another dream?
Half of the stuff I said today I came up on the spot, just as a disclaimer. Nothing of this has been scripted or written down or anything. Literally, like, the lore I had for this character, for like my Vtuber character, is really just a few lines of like curious text. I can send it in chat for everyone to read so they can like judge for themselves. It's like my poem era was that. I like writing like really, really short stories, so that came out of that. But yeah, I'm working on more actual lore stuff for the future, so you can keep a lookout on that. Like I said, I would love to have come up with something that includes the community and like my friends and everything. So yeah, but it's awesome to talk about this stuff, even what's going on right now. Captain's spazzing out right now, I see.
I'm always spazzing.
But yeah, it's a pleasure to talk about and discuss this because I think it helps a lot in coming up with more and like realizing some things. Yeah, so I'm really grateful to be here today.
Well,
It's really cool.
I hope this was a good way to help build more upon the lore. And I mean, we talked about, getting rid of something because there was no life to it, but maybe we watered it just enough for it to breathe still. Maybe it's a cactus, like Art said
Oh,
earlier. Maybe it's a cactus.
the cactus. Yes, I read that. It would be cool. It's just I had a lot of ideas, but they were so complicated. In like, I wanted to do a whole ass chat command chain for the shop, but it was so complicated in the end that I didn't do it. Oh,
Well,
I mapped it all out, but yeah.
well,
I
I might send somebody your way that might be able to help with that, but at this moment, it is time to send
It
you
is
on
time,
your way.
yes.
Yes. Well, now
It is Virtue's time.
thank you so much for taking the time to stop in and telling us a little bit about yourself and spilling the tea, as Cosito over there had put it.
Yes, I will rewatch this to write down what tea I actually spilled today.
Thank you,
Thank
Nat.
you
Check
so
out
much
the
for
tabloids
having me.
tomorrow.
What do I do tomorrow?
Check out the tabloids for tomorrow.
Oh,
About
the tabloids! Yes. Oh my god, the tabloids, the newspapers. Okay, I will do that. Thank you guys so much for having me. This is actually a lot of fun. I wouldn't have thought that. Oh, I've never done
See ya,
something
see
like
ya.
this before. So yeah.
All right. Well,
No,
you
then
take
I'm
care
gonna
now.
go. Yes, I'm gonna go back to the chat. Have fun with the next one. How do I actually leave this?
Oh, don't worry.
What?
I got this taken care of. Ready? 1, 2, and 3.
Bye bye!
There you go, everyone. That's how Captain treats everyone.
Wow.
More
I can't
gossip
believe.
to this.
Look, sometimes you have to
Fascinating.
make people fly. Okay.
Fascinating.
Sometimes it
how it works.
happens. All right. Well, next up we have a little mouse that has a very surprising partner, you could say. So let me just go ahead and drag them in here, and boop, and hopefully this works right. Oh, maybe not. Okay. Well, hi, Verge.
Hi, how's it going?
Good. I'm trying to get the OBS. Oh, wait, it says it's loading. Oh, maybe. See?
Good
fun-
afternoon.
Well, it says it's loading. Eh. What if I refresh it? Maybe that will make that work. I thought it would work. Wait. There we go. It didn't save the crop, though. Curses.
Really, I don't see him.
Well, that's because they're so tiny. See? They're
I'm
right
kinda
there.
hard to
They're-
see.
They're on the mics. Cosita, do you not see? They're right there on the mic. Hold on, let me move
Yeah,
the
I can
mic.
sit here right on the mic.
Yeah, okay, there we go. See, there. See, they're on the mic. Cosita can't see them because they're not in the
Oh, yeah.
VTube studio. They're on the stream, unfortunately. I guess I could just share the screen. That works too. You're invisible to Cosita. You're so tiny. Anyways, welcome, Bert. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you all doing?
Doing wonderful. Cosita's trying to throw so much slander today. So I hope you're ready for more slander.
I'm all about it. I'm excited. Thank you so much for having me today.
Yeah, we're glad that you made it. So, I'm just going to go out there and say it first. You are a mouse, correct?
That's right. I'm a little
And-
mouse dude.
And you have a partner who is a cosmic direwolf.
That's right. She's like approximately 100 times my size, but you know, love really has no boundaries.
How,
Other than consent. Consent is king.
how did that even work? Like how did this relationship begin? Because like obviously there's a predator and prey situation over in this situation here. Like how'd you all meet?
Well, to give the actual like real behind the scenes lore behind 60 and I, we actually met playing World of Warcraft, technically Diablo 3, but we crossed paths and then eventually started playing WoW very seriously together. And the long distance relationship thing, right? We got that going right away, but you never know who's on the other end of the of the avatar, right? But I didn't realize the scale difference. I just saw these pictures of this really hot wolf, right? And was like, oh, cool. Let's let's make it happen. And then we met up in real life, and turns out she's 7'4", and I didn't really factor in me being 2 inches tall, how that would maybe present a barrier. But thus far, we've made it work.
So have there been any incidents? Like, have you been stepped on accident?
Accident? Yeah, accident and on purpose. I mean, I'm a very durable mouse. I like to have some fun.
Okay. Well, interesting. See, you're gonna have so much spicy questions now to ask. You get all the super spicy questions. That's what you like, right?
Oh yeah, I am here to ask the most scandalous questions. I want the gossip. I want the spicy stuff. But right now, Captain, you are cool. Continuing with another basic question of yours.
Wow.
Is we're just introducing.
Wow. Basic questions. Okay. Well, okay. It's obviously you've been stepped on and things of that nature, but like, have you been swallowed?
Oh yeah, many times. It's good that I'm immune to stomach acid, because otherwise that could have gone really wrong many times.
I was actually gonna ask, like, how do you survive the acid? Like, is it like a whole other world being inside someone? Like,
oh yeah, it is. It is. At least someone like my wife, right? For me, I am just so lucky. I feel like the luckiest mouse in the world to be with her. Whether I'm hanging out with her playing video games or in her drink, as one of our old friends used to say, making mice tea. I'm just here to party, and I'm very happy that I have a party animal in my life that is very happy to take advantage of my minute size for fun purposes, and generally staying within TOS.
Yes, TOS is always a challenge, especially with the world today and lewdness. All the lewdness, as we all know. So,
Well, Virtue, let me ask you a question real fast.
All
How
right.
does it feel to be in a relationship with someone who can literally move stars around? Like, what it's to cuddle with someone who can casually warp the fabric of time and space?
You know what? She's a very responsible wolf, so it really is just nice having that kind of power to call upon when needed. But for the most part, she doesn't usually show off. She uses that power for good and when only necessary.
So wait, if they have the power to bend space to their will, have they made you bigger at any point?
They have made me smaller. I can get smaller, and they can get bigger. But generally speaking, I don't think anybody's figured out how to make me too much bigger yet. I'm just too small.
Huh. Interesting. That'd be interesting to like make a giant mouse. Like,
I can respect thinking.
I have a giant mouse friend. I have a kaiju mouse friend. He was actually kind of one of my early inspirations for size tubing.
speaking of size tubing, that's actually a new phrase that I have heard. Because I'm still relatively new to like the whole VTuber scene and things of that nature. What exactly is size tubing?
Size tubing is VTubing or otherwise streaming with an emphasis on size difference, whether it's with the people playing together, like my wife and I are often playing together every Saturday, Monday night, and usually other nights too, just depending on what's going on. But we try to, bring, I guess, sizey fun to everyone. We try to keep it, again, in TOS and safe for work. But, I've been a big fan of being small basically my whole life. And my lovely wife, she is a great wolf giantess. And we're just happy to share that energy with people, help people feel good about being themselves. And I think the size tubing thing too, it's kind of a confidence thing for a lot of people as well. I think like a lot of the people who Whether they like to be big, right? It's an opportunity for them to be big and strong, or whether they're like me and they like to be small, it's an opportunity to feel small while being safe and secure. So I would say size tubing, it can encompass a lot of things, but it's the general emphasis is on big size difference between either the streamer or streamers and either that or the streamer and streamers in the environment. Like being really tiny, playing a game like Grounded.
Mm-hmm. Where you get transformed into the size of an ant.
Precisely.
So, have you played Grounded often? With like, is that a game that's usually played more with size tubers, or?
I feel like it is popular among size tubers, but 60 and I will play just about anything. But we did really like Grounded. We just kind of found it really challenging towards the end because neither of us really played games like Minecraft, like the survival style games. So for us, it was kind of like skipping, from skipping high school and going to college is what it felt like in a way, because they expect you to know all these mechanics from playing Minecraft. And we just never played it until very recently when a friend introduced us.
Huh. So, with again, you have a predator and prey relationship, which obviously you two are making it work. Has there ever been a time where the predator had to become the prey and the prey had to become the predator?
Little role reversal, huh?
Yeah.
I don't think so, other than in the context of playing some games. There's definitely been some like co-op games where I think that's come up from time to time. Like, for example, Repo, right? We played Repo together, and at the end of a Repo match, you fight to be the king loser, right? And at that point, I do think I'm a little bit more precise at first-person games, so I very quickly become the predator and her the prey. But other than that context, I don't think the roles ever switch.
All right. Kosia, you got any spicy questions?
Well, of course, Captain. Who am I if I were not? Well, let us start with something more tame, Virtue.
Wow, tame.
Talking more about your mouse persona. What is, for example, everyone says mice have a secret underground society. What really goes down in the mouse world? Do you have some kind of exclusive club with secret meetings or what?
It's funny you say that because I'm a very social mouse, but that actually makes me kind of an odd one out. It's the rats that are really social. The rats like to party, and that's usually who I find myself hanging out with a lot of rats. But so no, I'm not in on the secret mouse society as much as I should be, and I sometimes question its existence entirely, considering mice just tend to be I don't know. The other mice I've met on Twitch have been amazing. They've been social, but outside of the Twitch verse, outside of the VTuber verse, mice are pretty antisocial. So, no, I have yet to unlock that knowledge.
So I take it you got beef with mices? Very interesting. Very interesting. I'll
competitive.
take that as a gossip.
Wait,
You
is there
may
a difference
continue with
between
your-
mice and mouse? I thought they were the same thing. I know there's a difference between a mouse and a rat, but isn't a mice and a mouse the same thing?
It is. I think mice are just more apt to be lone wolves. Maybe that's how I ended up. Maybe there's some factor there with 60 and I, a connection.
Ah. So because of that lone wolfness, you were attracted to a wolf that could step on you at any time. Luckily, you're durable.
Indeed.
So,
You can continue with your boring ass basic question, Captain.
wow, I don't believe this, Cosita. I can't believe this.
Whoa.
What are some what is I lost track of thought. Cosita made me lose my track of thought. Cosita, will you got any more spicy questions while I reconnect my brain?
Well, what's the most outrageous thing you ever stolen from a kitchen? Virch.
The most what I've ever stolen from what?
The most outrageous thing you ever stolen from a kitchen.
Outrageous thing I ever stole from a kitchen. Okay. Those crumble cookies that are like $5 a cookie and meant to be enjoyed probably in like multiple trips, especially when you're like a quarter the size of the cookie.
Yes, you're talking
Yeah.
about crumble cookie that's never fully cooked all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
I know
That just
exactly what you're
makes it
talking
easier to
about.
I that would be the most outrageous thing I probably regularly steal from the kitchen. That crumble cookies.
Those are really good
So
cookies,
Verge
though.
just admitting to thievery. Very insightful today. Very insightful. More gossip to me.
I mean, thievery.
Scavenging, thievery.
Yeah, scavenging and thievery. That's slightly different. Okay, well, with the crumble cookie discussion, what cookie is your go-to from Crumble? Because they have a lot. They have a lot. They have a rotating menu. So I mean, I'm sure there's got to be at least one that you're like, I need to have this every time it's on the menu.
I'm a big fan mouse for like birthday cake frosting, and they had one like that. They had like a birthday cake cookie.
Mm-hmm.
That was the bomb. That was amazing.
I think there's two different versions. So there's the confetti cookie, which is basically just a sugar cookie with confetti, and then they actually do have like the birthday frosting one, which I think the frosting's on the edge of the cookie or something like that. I don't remember. I know I've seen that before. I don't think I've actually had their. I think it's the birthday cake cookie. I think that's what they call it. Something like that.
Yeah, it's something like it. It's really good. I mean, I probably had both of them and I'm mixing them up, but either way, birthday cake frosting, Pog, and crumble Pog. I should probably start doing like cookie reviews or something as a mouse. But you know what happens if you give a mouse a cookie? You never know what's going to happen, I suppose.
Wait, okay, so how does that work? So, like, if you scavenge for a cookie, nothing bad happens, but if somebody gives you a cookie, bad stuff happens?
Oh yeah, now there's a bond. Now there's like a blood oath that's been established, and now like I owe you something and you owe me something, and there's this whole kind of mafia energy that starts to get built up after a while.
Has anyone given you a cookie?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. The rodent mafia is growing every day.
Also part of a mafia. I'm noting this down. What a criminal you are, Birch.
I know, and I used to work in law enforcement.
Oh. How does that work as a mouse?
It was tough. You ever seen Zootopia, Little Rodentia? That's kind of what you can imagine. Sometimes I just wonder why they don't just let some of the big animals come in and just like, handle it themselves. But sometimes you need a little guy at the ground level. You need eyes on the combat going on on the floor beneath you.
Well, I think the last time they let one of the bigger animals into Mouse City, they kind of wrecked it a little bit.
Yeah, just a bit. It looked like fun to me.
Luckily, you didn't have to pay for any of that insurance.
That's true. I got to imagine the insurance is just absolutely insane in Zootopia.
Oh, God, that'd be terrible.
Well, I want the juicy details, Virtue. Do you have beef with cat boys and cat girls VTubers?
Oh, quite the opposite. Oh, I love all creatures, right? I am a furry, and I don't do fursuiting or anything like that. I would if I had the resources and time to do so. But I am a furry, and I appreciate all my fellow fur friends, whether they're cats, dogs, other rodents, birds, reptiles, scalies, as sometimes they may be called. I don't know if birds like being called featheries yet, but maybe that'll pop off later in the furry community.
Don't cat tries to eat you?
Well, I always make it very clear that I'm only on the menu for my wife, and most cats are pretty respectful of that. Ones that aren't, well, they got to deal with the wolf.
Wow, now that's some gossip.
Has the wolf had to deal with any cats before?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I get people that come by my stream all the time that are, I would say they like either ride the boundary and then occasionally someone will step over it, and that's when 60's kind of there to help ref a bit. And when she's not there, I mean, I will happily stand up for that as well. But still, she does a great job. I leave it in her capable paws.
You may continue, Captain.
What is your favorite kind of cheese? Because wait, is that a stereotype? You like
No.
cheese, right? Okay.
Who doesn't like cheese, right? I mean, even people who are lactose intolerant usually say, I kind of miss having cheese, or cheese looks good. No offense taken. And to answer your question, I like a good double brie. If you're talking about like cheese, just like by itself, or like with a cracker, like a very plain complement to it, definitely got to go with a good like double brie. But it's like a cheese is like a toolkit, right? You need the right cheese for the right job. Sometimes you want an American cheese for like a hamburger or something, right? And sometimes you just got to have that provolone with like a Philly cheesesteak or something like that. So it really all depends, but by itself, exclusively double brie all the way.
Well, what kind of cheese would you recommend for raw mac and cheese? Because Cosita over there really likes raw mac and cheese.
Now, what about the next question? If someone
That is the
told
next
you
question.
that you...
I need to know what's a good cheese to go with raw mac and
It is
cheese.
not your turn, Captain. Allow me to continue, yeah? Well, Virtue, if someone told you that you were secretly a rat in disguise, how would you prove them wrong? Or would you just let it slide?
I wouldn't take offense, right? I love my my fellow rodent siblings, rats and otherwise. But I would point out, I think the big thing that is the identifier is the tail. So my tail does not have rings on it, and a rat tail generally is ring.
Oh.
So that would be my proof. I'd flash my tail at them. I'd say, look at this, prove it wrong, argue with this.
You flashed your tail? That's scandalous activity right there.
This is pretty
I'll note that
sussy.
down.
It's Sussy Sunday,
I'll note that down.
How often is the tail used for activities?
Well, I'm really small, so I mean, it's used in a variety of ways and a variety of methods. But it's durable as well. Luckily, from head to tail, this mouse is pretty durable.
Nice.
It's stretchy too.
But how is it stretchy? How does that work?
I'm just a flexible mouse. Sometimes it's can use it to make shapes and whatnot. It's a little tired right now. My tail's been really, really active this weekend, but occasionally I can do some cool tricks with it.
What kind of tricks can you do with it?
Make a little heart shape.
Oh, that's cute. That is very flexible. That's like you gotta basically break your tail in half because like the top of the heart. Yeah, you have to like break your tail in half for that.
But we make it happen. Flexible.
So, well then, what's a good method of handling someone that's bigger than you?
I think you gotta always just lean into your advantages, whether you're big or small, right? If you're big, that's great. You should use your bigness, your strength to your advantage. But if you're small like me, I think that's when you gotta really lean into the stealth component. Sometimes on stream, I'll be a Metal Gear mouse, Solid Snake mouse cosplay, and just try to sneak my way to maybe a weak point of the big that might be threatening me. You ever played Shadow of the Colossus? It's like that.
I haven't actually played that one.
Oh, it's a classic, and I think it established a lot of trends in later games with scaling large bosses and taking them out by smacking their sore spots.
Yeah, it's a classic. No wonder you haven't played it. You're so basic, Captain.
Oh my god!
Go see throwing shade at me.
How about another question for you? Do you have any relationship with computer mouses?
Oh, well, I do work in IT, and I do enjoy a good computer mouse for a computer game and nothing more. I don't know if anybody would make any other connection between a mouse and a mouse like that, but nah, nothing sussy there. I just like tech. I'm a nerd. I'm a nerdy little mouse.
So, would you consider the Switch 2 Joy-Cons to be a mouse, since apparently that's going to be a feature?
Yeah. I'm kind of kind of curious to see how that plays out. I did not end up getting a pre-order on the Switch 2. I tried, but I didn't try too hard because, not gonna lie, I'm a little conflicted on it this time. I haven't been able to say that about a Nintendo console in a while.
I feel that. I'm kind of in the same boat as well, actually, with all the stuff that they've been saying about it. Like, I mean, I wouldn't ever mod my Switch 2, but, you know, I don't like the way they're handling this. But,
Yeah, Nintendo has some
you're a
great
pirate,
IPs.
Captain.
Yeah, right. As a pirate, you should be like really offended right now.
Exactly.
that's
I
why
wonder.
I'm hesitant about getting it. Even though I wouldn't mod a console because I'm just not that tech savvy to mod my console. I do think it's a little ridiculous that Nintendo's like, oh, well, if you mod your console, we're gonna brick it. It's like, what the fuck? No, no.
Brutal.
Get wrecked.
Well, apparently, like pirates that got early access to the Switch 2 are trying to figure out how to hack it, and so far they haven't been able to find anything. So apparently, Nintendo is on top of it. Surprisingly, maybe they'll have a better
Give it
Wi-Fi
time.
system. Maybe they'll have a better. Maybe they'll have a better internet system this time. That way, we don't have to play cursed Mario Party 1 and 2.
Nintendo, I do love their IPs, but sometimes the way they manage them, I don't know.
Your turn, Captain.
What do I have? I actually don't have as many questions as Cosita. This is why I leave Cosita with the questions.
Oh, Captain being a bad host. Who
And
hit a
this is why I brought you, Cosita. I know you would have the better questions than I do. You've already said I have basic questions, and you're right. I'm not even denying that.
I can't believe this. Okay, how about this? Let's talk about your IT job, Mr. Mouse Guy.
All right.
Have you? Well, everyone says IT people love to mess with users, right?
Mhm.
Have you ever done a prank you pull off at work?
Oh yeah. So, I mean, I feel like I had to be careful with any pranks that I did, right? Because I've generally worked with pretty sensitive technology or in sensitive areas, but that hasn't stopped people from pranking. For example, one prank I wouldn't say I did it, but I participated in it, and it had nothing to do with computers. But I would work on the computers in police cars, and we wired up a. We rigged it up so that every time he pressed on the brake, it would honk the horn, so he couldn't get out of the station without like just like honking the horn. We all were just like sitting there cracking up, laughing at this dude as he's trying to figure out what's going on in his like busted up cop car, like. But other than that, I try to think. Usually just silly stuff. My favorite thing that's really easy to do is the whole like take a screenshot of their desktop and then set that as their background and then delete all their icons when they walk away, so that when they go to click their icons, it's like, what's going on?
Why is nothing working? Why is nothing opening? That's actually a really clever one. That's very clever. It's better than the Alt F4 prank that I might have fallen for because I didn't know what Alt F4 did at the time.
Oh, that's all of it. We all been there.
Yep. Oh yeah, we'll fix everything. Just hit Alt F4. Oh, okay. Why did everything close? Why?
Mine was, you want to dupe this item in Diablo 2? Drop your rarest item and press Alt F4. That's how I learned.
Oh, fuck. Oh, that's awful.
Yeah, I was a very, very mad, like, 11-year-old when that happened.
11? Oh my god, you're a very old mouse, isn't it? How old should your mouse live up for?
Yeah, mice don't generally live past 2 years, right? But, something, maybe it comes along with the durability. I just keep on kicking. I'm in my 30s now. I don't know what's wrong with me. I mean, there's a lot wrong with me. I just don't know what specifically.
Well, a first step, I guess, is admitting there's something is wrong with you. So somewhere, I guess.
Yes, you do a better job of admitting something's wrong with you, unlike Cosita over there.
Anyways, give us the scandalous details, Vert. You are the IT guy, so tell us. Do you ever break into someone's computer to see if they're up to anything shady? Just out of curiosity?
No, I've never done that. I have never like intruded on somebody like working like that. I feel like that's like I don't know, that's a pretty low blow, right? I wouldn't cross my mind. But I will tell you something kind of along that same track I used to do. One job I had in my IT career is I used to be a surveillance technology specialist. So I ended up creating like an interview room camera system, and the idea was that like we wanted whoever we were interviewing to feel comfortable. We didn't want them to feel like they had a big camera in their face, so they had me install these really tiny cameras. I mean, literally the lens is like the size of like a ballpoint pen, and like I put one in like the period of a no smoking sign, and then I put like another one on like a fake fire detector like or smoke detector. So I used to do stuff like that for a bit. Again, all in for law enforcement, so all like legal stuff. Never really did anything beyond like the like interview room setups, and there were like a couple like undercover cases that I assisted them with setting up their surveillance stuff. But yeah.
So, have you like done any like undercover boss situation style undercover stuff?
Nah, I try to be like when I'm at work, right, and just in general in life, I try to make sure I'm like doing everything I can to lift everybody up around me. And if somebody is like not doing what they should be doing or is doing something they shouldn't be doing, if I see it and I can guide them to a better decision or whatever, I will. But I'm not like out on the hunt looking to see what people are browsing on their computers, even though I could easily, right? I even in my current role, I have a lot of capability to do stuff like that for large groups of users, but I would not. I would absolutely not. I always tell people if I'm like helping them with something, which I do occasionally do still sometimes. It's rare when I do an actual help desk kind of job, but I will always tell them, I'm about to see your computer. Please make sure you have everything closed that you don't want me to see. I'm very blatant about it.
So, have you come across something where you saw something that you shouldn't have seen? And what was it?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Other than like people being dumb and like leaving their emails up or their like computer unlocked when they like work in like a public area or something. It's like use some common sense and lock your computer so some random person from the public doesn't like whip around the desk and start, browsing all this like sensitive data. But other than that, nah. And and even with those people, I always just tell them like I'll either do the prank on them, I'll do the shortcuts prank on them if they leave their computer unlocked. Or the other thing I like to do, and I forget how to do it off the top of my head, I'm having a brain fart, but you can flip their whole like user interface, like the entire orientation, everything of the monitor really easily with a hotkey.
Yeah,
and I'll do
that.
And then watch them get like upset and panic and be like, oh, did someone leave their computer unlocked? A lot of things could happen to an unlocked, vulnerable computer.
So have you had repeated offenders then? Have you had someone that just would not take the lesson of not leaving their computer unlocked?
Oh yeah, I'll be real. When I worked in law enforcement, when I did law enforcement IT, some of the detectives, some of the police officers, they just did not care at all. No matter how much you tried to educate them on the importance of it, they just did not care. And they would usually say like, "I'm busy. I don't have time to lock my computer every time." It's like, dude, it's one shortcut. Hold the Windows key and press L. There, you've locked your computer. It's one button combo. But for some people, it's one button combo too much in their day.
I'm not even gonna lie, I didn't know that was the shortcut for locking your computer.
It's easy enough too, right?
I've always done it the old-fashioned way of just going down to the start menu and just hitting lock.
I mean, that works too, right? It's like 2 clicks, know, but 2 clicks too many for some people. Even in these like high security sensitive areas, you'd be surprised.
Well, good thing I don't have to deal with computers anymore except for my own.
Well, in that sense, do you secretly judge your coworkers when they ask you for the simplest tech help? Like just turning off and on and again, or do you savor the moment when they're completely lost?
I try to be helpful. I will say sometimes you asked if I'll be judgmental. Yeah, sometimes, especially with like I'm about to sound like a get off my lawn, kids mouse, but I will tell you, I've been shocked at like, because I hire a lot of people now. I'm in a position where I'm actually doing a lot of hiring decisions, and I hire a lot of Zoomers, right? A lot of Zoomers getting their career started in IT. And it has blown me away how some of these younger people do not know very, very, very basic Windows stuff like Control C to copy. And yet they'll have like, often sometimes like a certification of some sort or like some specialized technology experience, so they have the capability to learn. It's just like they never used it. And I asked them, I'm like, how did you not know Control C, Control V? And they're like, oh, I grew up with Apple, or oh, I don't use computers, I always use a tablet on my phone. And that's been really hard to deal with, but they learn quick enough. It's really been a very small barrier for the most part, but I do judge. I definitely judge.
That actually has been something that I've noticed myself too with some people that I deal with for voice acting and stuff. That yeah, some people don't know about Control C. I'm like, how? So I get judgy about that too. It's like, how do you not know the shortcut for Control C? But then again, I didn't know the shortcut for the Windows L for lock. So I mean, I guess just it works that way sometimes.
I mean, that one's a little bit more specific, right? The Control C, Control V when you're trying to work an IT job is kind of like, it's kind of like not knowing how to use a shovel when your job is to help like dig holes. It's like, yeah, I guess you could dig with your hands. There's ways to dig, but there's much easier ways to dig.
So what? So since you're a mouse and all, do you dig with a shovel? Is there a miniature shovel that you use to dig holes?
I got like little miniature everything. It's really easy to shop for me too. 60 just goes to the like one the at scale like miniatures like figurine section, and she can get me everything. I got like a full dollhouse set up. I got tools for days here that are all like, probably too tiny for you to recognize that they're even tools, but they work for me.
Hmm. Has there ever been a moment where 60 has tried to do it? Like, I'm assuming this would be like early in the relationship where 60 has done something for you, but it was too big for you to handle.
That's a good question. A lot of the stuff I'm having to come up with on the fly, and I like it, right? But I feel like almost like it's a job interview, which I actually like. I'm one of the weird people who likes interview jobs, I think. Like, I don't get like stressed out. I actually get kind of excited, and I'm feeling the same here. I don't have a good answer for you, and I don't want to pull one out of my butt, but I will say 60 is very sensitive to my size and very good at like making sure things are catered towards my diminutive form. But occasionally there are times like, we order a little bit too much off Uber squeaks, right? It's like all I need really is just like one Cheeto, and I'm like good for a while. I don't need to like get this fancy delivery, but she wants to spoil me, and then I end up in like like with a whole thing of chow mein from a Chinese restaurant. It's like, what am I gonna do with this? Swim in it? I mean, yeah, I will, but I'm not gonna be able to eat it all.
So has there been food play between the two of you?
Food play? No, just me being the food. That kind of play.
So wait, okay. So with you being a mouse, what kind of do you eat meat? Is there meat that you eat?
You know what? Strawberries are good. Yeah, I'll eat strawberries. I'm actually vegetarian. I will eat meat on a special occasion, but I've been vegetarian for a while now, and it's worked pretty well for me. I eat a lot of cheese, so I'm not like a vegan, right? I'll have cheese, I'll have milk, and I'm usually able to, eat pretty good variety of stuff even without eating meat, honestly. Especially these days, you can get so many meat alternatives from like the Beyond and Impossible brands and all that.
Oh yeah, no, the Beyond Burgers are surprisingly good. I've always been impressed with a well cooked Beyond Burger.
Yes, me too. Have
Oh.
a favorite meal.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite meal?
Oh, I think that's a really good question.
Duck.
I love duck. I did get pelted with the duck. Thank you for the follow, by the way. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. I get stuff thrown at me when I get followed. Sorry for the destructive distraction. Um, the my favorite meal. I just love a good mac and cheese, like a good straight up mac and cheese. I love to just get in a big bowl of mac and cheese, like Scrooge McDuck diving into his like gold coin pile. I'm like that with mac and cheese.
Well, it's funny that you bring up mac and cheese. I think there was a question I asked earlier that never got answered.
Okay, continue with my questions. Very true. Well, rumor has it you once caused a company-wide server crash because you were too busy nibbling on Ethernet cables. True or false?
That is false, but I will say this. I can give you some stories for like big crashes and stuff.
Go for it.
Yeah. So, and this wasn't me. I just witnessed it, and it was like a lesson learned in capitalism and corporations, big tech corporations. I've generally worked in public service for the most part, but I did actually work for a very brief period in a private role for a big company that produced memory. And I worked on a factory line. It was just like a basic beginner job, to get into technology. And essentially, I just moved boxes of memory from one machine to the other. And behind this machine, this engineer would be back there looking at everything, actually the brains behind the operation, making sure the memory was being handled correctly, right? Well, I see him lean back in his chair, and then all of a sudden, everything just goes dark, everything shuts down. And apparently he had leaned back and hit the emergency shutoff button. And I'm thinking, okay, whatever, stuff happens. You just turn the machines back on. It's no big deal. Apparently that cost the company like literally like $400,000, like that one mistake. And he didn't get written up or anything for it either, too. But like they calculated out the amount of like lost production, and they were like, yeah, it ends up being about $400,000 because it took hours to get the machines back up and running, and they're producing that much money's worth of memory that fast. So it's just like one small mistake and boom, $500,000 almost, just gone like that.
That is insane. The only story I have related to tech stuff is I had worked this internship. We basically refurbished computers for like low income schools, but there was a section where one guy who just worked on printers. And I just remember sitting at my desk just working, or like moving around working on different desks, and then all of a sudden I just hear, goddamn fucking printer! And all of a sudden there's a printer flying through the air into the dumpster. I'm like, oh shit! It was very entertaining. That guy was very entertaining.
That is funny. That is so like the printer contractor techs I've had to work with. There's just something about like people who have to specifically work with printers that they eventually just melt down, I've noticed. Because I had a similar experience, and that was when I was working for that police department too. So I had this printer tech screaming bloody murder at this printer in the middle of this police department, right? Like, yeah, I don't know. Printers do suck, though. They're not usually easy to troubleshoot. So
really
maybe that's what it is.
You got one problem with a printer, it's just all over now. It's like, oh, time to just throw it in the trash, buy a new one.
Yep.
All right. So, back to the question. What's a good cheese to add to a raw mac and cheese that Casita keeps trying to avoid?
You got to put some as long as you got some good like white cheddar in there. I think that's important. You got to have the white cheddar.
Oh yeah, white. Okay, so see, we're on the same page now, right now, because white cheddar mac and cheese is so good. Okay, wait, which pasta noodle though?
Ooh, that's a good question. I'm a big fan of like the classic, like like elbow pasta, but also the shells. I like the shell.
Yeah,
it's like capture a lot of the cheese.
The shells are where to go. I'm a big fan of the pastaroni white cheddar mac and cheese. It's always cheap and it's always so good.
It is good. I love that too.
Ah. Go see what's your favorite raw mac and cheese.
As usual, Captain, with the fake, false accusations.
There's
I'm
no
not
fake
impressed.
accusations when I have video of it.
I am not impressed, though. So, Virtue, what are you Virtue bro? Who are you bro of?
Who am I, bro? I like to try to be everybody, bro, in that sense. That I want to be a good friend to as many as I can. And as far as where the name comes from, so long time ago, World of Warcraft came out with a job or class called the Death Knight class, and I thought, it'd be cool to be like this badass looking scary dude, but have a name like that sounds like nice or happy or positive or whatever. So I was like, how about Virtue? Virtue, the scary Death Knight. And then I kept having people I play with just call me bro all the time. Like just they didn't want to say Virtue, they just want to say bro. And so eventually they merged, and Virtue Bro has kind of stuck since the beginning.
Huh. Interesting. Wait, where were they getting the bro from? They just using it as a general thing of just like, hey bro, what's up, bro? How you doing, bro?
So at the time I was in college, and like I was kind of a typical frat bro personality, even though I wasn't in a frat. But a lot of people like treated me like I was and, and acted like I was. I just like to party and have a good time.
All right.
You used your name first in WoW too? Heck yeah. Fellow WoW fans here. That game's always going to be special to me, if only for like my wife, meeting my wife through it, but also just it's a phenomenal game. It's been going now for like 21 years.
Something like that. It's been going for a long time. I unfortunately have never played WoW because I can't justify a monthly subscription payment.
Oh, I don't blame you.
Yeah. Because you've played WoW though, right? I feel like you have.
Monster Hunter? No, I didn't.
No, what World of Warcraft?
Oh, World of Warcraft, yes. WoW, yes, I did. I thought you say Wilds, Monster Hunter Wilds. No.
No.
Yeah, World of Warcraft, yes, I did. Back in the day, but that was like 14 years ago or so.
I feel like
Yeah.
I feel like if anyone that had a PC growing up somehow convinced their parents to get WoW for them. I didn't grow up with a PC. I grew up with consoles, so I didn't have to ask for WoW payment.
I'm still blown away they never brought WoW to consoles in some form. I think that's something that Final Fantasy 14, which is basically WoW with the Final Fantasy skin.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's one thing they've done to succeed is have the console version.
That's the biggest thing though with those kind of games. I feel like they just don't. Well, I guess Final Fantasy 14 kind of disproves the point, but I feel like those games just don't do well on consoles, just because controller and stuff.
Yeah, I can't figure out how to play FF14 with a controller, but I know a lot of people that do, and they say it works great. I my brain's too small for that. There's like so many binds and stuff you got to map.
And that's why I think it'd just be hard to work. It's just all the key binds, and that's why I think it just works better for PC. Because I know like Baldur's Gate 3 is on consoles too, and apparently that does well. I've not seen any gameplay of the console versions of it, but I'm like, how does that work? There's just so many things that you could just bind. Why?
And worse than that, there's people who actually denies I'm playing with keyboard and a mouse for some reason. Guess everyone like mouses. Unfortunate, Virtue.
Unfortunate.
Well, Captain, any more questions on your end?
Have you ever been in a fight with a rat?
Fight with a rat. I can't think of a time that I've had a fight with a rat. I've fought many creatures, but I usually tend to get along with rats. Like I was saying earlier, rats are like the party rodents. They generally just want to hang out and party, and we're on the same level whenever we interact. I don't think we've had to compete over anything yet. Maybe that'll be the first rat battle, is when there's one piece of cheese left, and it's just this rat and I. That hasn't happened yet. Thank the gods.
So wait, so would you say that rats are kind of like frat boys then, if they party all the time?
I think so. Yeah, they are kind of like the frat boys of the rodent verse, I would say.
Interesting. So
They get a little
everybody-
too wild, though. You ever hear of a rat king?
I that sounds familiar. Didn't they like try to capture a human woman or something like that?
No, I think, and I might be mistaken the terminology, but I believe a rat king is when like dozens of rats all get tangled up in each other, like they get their tails tangled up and they
Oh.
become like one amorphous like mega rat.
No,
It's
I have not heard of this. This is
this
new
is
to
something
me.
that
I
happens in
have.
real life too. They actually will like get twisted up at each other, and obviously, I mean, it's not good. They're not. It's like a bad thing to happen for them, but it does happen.
I did not realize this was an actual thing. This
Yeah, I
is
have
new
realized.
information.
That's insane. Yeah, no, it's bad for them indeed.
Wait, so have
They
you
party a
had
little
your
too hard.
have you had your tail ever tangled up with somebody else's tail?
Nah, I've been lost in 60s tail. That tail's got like whole solar system thing going on in there. It's crazy.
Well, in talking about your relationship, then drama. What's your toxic trait in relationship? Hoarding crumbs? Gaslighting about who chewed the cables?
You know what? It's got to be gaslighting about chewing the cables. Sometimes I just don't. I'm so ashamed of myself for nomming on the cables, but they just look so good. I can't help it. That just delicious plastic shielding. Oh, just thinking about it, I'm going into a frenzy here.
And
Ha-
virtue admits being toxic. Another one on my agenda. Excellent. The tabloids tomorrow will be great.
I'm definitely not perfect. I've chewed many a cable.
How many cables have you had to replace because you chew on your cables? What
Oh
is
my
the
gosh.
what's the budget like in the relationship? Who takes care of the budget?
Oh, thank God for Amazon subscribe and save, right? Because yeah, I'm going through about a cable a day here. I can't help myself. I got a problem.
Well, how about would you rather? Would you rather have unlimited cheese, but every computer you touch crashes? Or fix every tech issue flawlessly, but only get paid in expired coupons?
Oh, ooh, okay. I think I'll take the expired coupons. And you know what? I think if you get enough of those, you can really make some magic happen. I'll make a YouTube video about nostalgic coupons or something, and you take the obstacle and you make it the way. That's one of the philosophies I've learned. The obstacle is the way is one of my favorite authors' book titles, and he really, I think, nails it with that.
Cheats with the system. There goes another. What about you, Captain?
What are some challenges that you have faced as a mouse?
The world is not really built for creatures that are 2 inches tall. So having to adapt, I wouldn't say it's not been fun, at least, right? It's always fun adapting, but challenging, yes. Thankfully, my wonderful wife, she's like my cheat code for when I really don't want to figure out something. I'll just have her, pick me up, put me on the counter if I don't want to build an elevator, or if I don't know. I think I lean a lot on my wife for that kind of stuff. So not too many challenges that we can't face together. Many challenges that I couldn't take on alone, though, for sure.
Have you had a bunch of stuff that you built accidentally destroyed?
Oh yeah, 60. She's my big, bad, beautiful wolf wife and very graceful. But even the most graceful of goddesses do occasionally have bouts of clumsiness. And, sometimes, a mech gets stepped on, an elevator gets knocked over, It happens, though. That's what insurance is for.
Insurance actually covers that?
Yeah. That's getting into some deep underground mouse insurance, Laura. I said earlier I wasn't too connected with it, but I got to tell you, when it comes to insurance, you got to keep that connection, no matter what.
It's true. Is it true that tails have a mind of their own?
Yeah, I don't know what this thing's doing sometimes. Sometimes it's just wild. When I get it to do the heart shape thing, I have to ask really nicely. So yeah, I would say this tail definitely has a mind of its own. I don't know if every tail does, but mine, yeah, we get into arguments sometimes. I don't argue with a lot of people, but I do argue with my tail.
Has your tail ever gotten you in trouble?
Has it gotten me in trouble? I think it calls attention to me. So in that sense, yeah, it has called attention to me when I was trying to maybe sneak away with a cookie. So yeah, it's gotten me in trouble. The tail is not always on my side, I feel like.
Good to know.
All right. Virtue, unfortunately, we are getting close to the ending, and of course, I won't be able to ask you all the questions that I had here, but I do have very fast dynamic. I'll be asking you names of mouses, and you'll tell me if you know them, or if you are mutes, or if you are friends with them.
Okay.
You'll say yes or no. As simple as that. You ready?
Okay.
Very well. First, Honest John from An American Tale.
Yes.
Abigail from Once Upon a Forest.
Yes.
Topo Gigio from The Edge Sullivan Show.
Yes. Actually, no, on that one, no.
No?
I'm aware, but I don't know them. I can't say that. I'm aware of their existence.
Lil Sneezer from Tiny Toons Adventures.
Oh, yeah, of course. And then, every mouse knows them.
Peepers from Rockadoodle.
Rockadoodle, that's such a classic.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I think I almost got, nostalgia drunk just from hearing Rockadoodle. So, yes, very aware. Yes. Knowledge of.
The Mouse King from Barbie's The Nutcracker.
The Mouse King. That guy could be kind of an asshole. I try to give him his space. He gets a little spicy sometimes.
Tony to Pony, An American Tale.
Yes.
Mortimer Mouse from Disney.
Mortimer Mouse. Nah.
Pipsy from Diddy Kong Racing.
Oh, heck yeah.
God.
I love that game. Now you really are going to get me nostalgia drunk here. Yeah.
Slowpoke Rodriguez from the Mexican Borders.
From Looney Tunes. I like both those mice. The other one too. The other spectrum of speed.
Mr. Jangles from the Green Mile.
Just aware of.
Bridget from American Tale.
Yep.
Rita from Flushed Away.
Oh yeah, Flushed Away. That's a classic. Yes.
Danger Mouse from Danger Mouse.
I've seen a little Danger Mouse, just a little though. So kind of yes.
Dr. David Q. Dawson from The Great Mouse Detective.
Yes.
Chuck E. Cheese from Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh yeah, I mean Chucky's always there for you, right?
Tanya Mousekewitz from An American Tale.
Yes.
Mouse from If You Give Mouse a Cookie.
Oh yeah, that's one of my inspirations.
Roddy from Flushed Away.
Yeah, he dealt with a lot.
Itchy from Itchy and Scratchy.
I think that guy's just crazy.
Desperox Tiling from the Tale of Desperox.
I've actually not seen that. I've seen the cover art for that. He looks like a very fancy mouse with a very fancy sword. I'd like to beat him.
Reapy Cheap from the Chronicles of Narnia.
No, can't say I'm more. I haven't really read much of that.
Macy Mouse from the Macy Mouse series.
I'm familiar, but I haven't actually read.
Mighty Mouse from Mighty Mouse in the Great Space Chase.
Mighty Mouse, oh yeah. Yeah, I know Mighty Mouse.
Dormouse from Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, everybody knows the Dormouse.
Pikachu from Pokemon.
The Electric Mouse, oh yeah.
Mrs. Brisby from The Secret of NIMH.
Nim, yeah, Secret of Nim. Oh yeah, that movie, that's a great movie. Yeah, oh yeah, we love Miss Brisby.
Angelina Mouseling from Angelina Ballerina.
I can't say I'm familiar with that one.
The Three Blind Mice from Shrek.
I get called one of those mice all the time because I'm very oblivious. So yes.
The Brain from Pinky and the Brain.
Ooh.
I'm more a fan of Pinky, but I like the Brain too. He's pretty chill.
Roquefort the Mouse from The Aristocrats.
I totally forgot there was a mouse in that. I guess no. I guess they just didn't jump out to me. They didn't make enough of a squeaking impression.
Timothy Q. Mouse from Dumbo.
Oh yeah. I know that guy. That's so many mice. I agree. That's a lot of mice.
Yeah, we're actually getting close to our time, Cosita.
Yeah, give it 10 more. Bernard
10 more? Jesus.
10 more. We do tend to reproduce pretty quick.
What about Stuart Little from Stuart Little trilogy?
Oh yeah, Stuart Little. Yeah, both the
Speedy
books and the
Gonzalez
movies.
from
Speedy
Looney Tunes.
Gonzalez. Heck yeah.
Mickey
Big
Mouse
families.
from Disney.
Yeah. That's a greedy mouse right there, but we know.
And Jerry Mouse from Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, I'd say Jerry's an early inspiration for me.
All right, that's all my questions. Very knowledgeable, I would say, Verge. I have nothing else to ask.
There was a good chunk of those I didn't even know, so that is very impressive, actually. All right. Well, Verge, we appreciate you joining in for us and telling a little bit more about yourself. Is there anything you would like to share or promote before you head on out?
Oh, I just wanted to thank you both so much for having me and thank everybody here for hanging out. Good time. I'm always happy to squeak out about, well, really anything on Twitch, especially with awesome individuals such as yourselves and a wonderful community like this. Thank you for the shout. It's very kind of you. I'm, again, very, very honored to be here. And I personally stream on Thursday nights, Friday mornings, Saturday nights, Sunday mornings generally. And my wonderful wife kind of covers the other blocks too. So she's actually going to be going live here later tonight. She's playing through Zelda Ocarina of Time for the first time, which has been really fun to watch.
I mean, Majora's Mask is better, but I mean, you got to start off with Ocarina, I guess, technically.
It's okay to be wrong, Captain.
I'm with you.
See?
I'm on Team Captain here.
Majora's Mask is better.
I love Majora's
Verge
Mask
is
so
always
much.
wrong, whatever.
All right. Well, Virtue, thank you again so much for joining us. It's been a pleasure. And hopefully we can catch you at a later time, maybe catch you in one of your streams.
Yeah.
I can't do what I did to you with Natalie. Oh, actually, technically I could. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I technically could. All right, you ready? We're gonna send you flying now. Ready?
Yeet the mouse.
All right. 1, 2, and 3. Alrighty. So, we did have one more guest, but unfortunately they were not able to make it. So, I guess we can just call it there. What do you think, Cosita?
Well, I'm getting a lot of gossip from tonight. This has been very insightful, Captain. Starting from you killing your own crew, continuing with Nataliendra being a true criminal, And Virtue also being very suspect individual. Nothing else to say. Nothing else to say. It's been a pleasure.
Can't believe how much more information you have to take back to your well, whatever you do with that information, I guess.
Of course.
Yeah. So, we are planning on maybe trying to do this as a once a month thing. I actually did make a little something though. If anyone is interested to joining in and being a participant in this, look, there's a Google form now. Hooray! Yeah. I decided to make a Google form for those that are interested in joining in on this. You can just fill out the form and basically we'll just go through the things. You never got this? That's because this first episode I was just asking people personally. This is just more of like people I haven't asked or people that I don't know that want to be part of that. So there's that. Cosita, do you have any final words?
Yes.
That's it?
Yes.
That's a single word. I said words. I didn't say final word. I said words. Multiple words.
I said yes twice.
That's true. You did say yes twice after I asked about it. All right. Well, since Cosita doesn't have anything else to share, I guess you can go check out Cosita over there. He streams too. What do you have on your agenda, Cosita, for streaming?
Well, I pre-order Nintendo Switch 2, so I guess I'll be playing Mario Kart Worlds on next Saturday, maybe.
Wait, does the Switch 2 really come out that soon?
Yeah, next week. Oh, next week. No, this week that comes now. Yeah.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
I'm behind on the times apparently. I thought it was still going to be like months away. I didn't realize it was that close. And Cosita was able to afford a Switch 2? Man.
Well, yes.
Unbelievable. Cosita's using them space credits to his advantage.
Of course. What do you think? I'm a mercenary. It pays off.
I guess so. All right. Well, that's going to conclude today's episode. We are going to go raid off to Pandersoul. They're currently playing some Fortnite. Checking out all them Star Wars skins. You know, space stuff. Cosita, you like space stuff. You going to ever play Fortnite and get all them Star Wars characters?
Yeah.
Wow. You'll play WoW, but you won't play Fortnite.
Yes.
All right, that's fair. You know what? That's fair. All right. Well, until then, I'm Captain Antpiz. This is Cosita that has joined me. I stream mostly Fridays and Sundays. I'm trying to stream on Thursdays. It's getting difficult with the job, but we'll see. And yeah, until next time, we'll see you later.